Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show on a Tuesday. Feels like a Monday.
I bet.
It's a Tuesday. You worked yesterday. You were here with Zach Gelb.
Yeah.
I heard a segment. I thought it was very good. You guys had a nice in-depth conversation about college football and University of Miami and a little Mensa versus Cam Ward action or Carson Beck action. I was entertained. I thought you guys did a good job.
We've got Darian Mensa winning the Heisman and Mario Cristobal winning a natty with the U this year.
Gelb was pretty adamant that he is high on Darian Mensa. I hope he is correct. And I'm assuming he knows more about college football than I do. He's got a Heisman vote. So I'm putting my eggs in the Zach Gelb basket.
Or that followed the Knicks segment and he wanted to curry favor to Miami.
Could be. Crowder will be here today. He is running late. He's taping an episode of The Pivot. He will be here. Rhonda Gadsden is going to join us today. We'll play a little talk about it Tuesday because it's already Tuesday. Is anyone feeling like Giannis news may arrive this week?
No.
Because the draft is about a month away.
Yeah, June 23rd and the 24th, I believe,
but
is
you
the
think
draft.
Milwaukee is going to take their time all the way up until draft night before saying, and again, you could have a deal in place and not consummate it till draft night because that's when it would be beneficial for all the parties. But if you're the Heat and you think you have a deal, it behooves you to have Milwaukee acknowledge a deal is done. It'll be consummated on draft night because you don't want this thing to go on and on and on. And it seems like we're getting a little bit closer.
If a deal's already done with the Miami Heat, right? Hypothetically, with the Miami Heat, a deal's been done. They're just going to wait until draft night or whenever to announce it. Then it tells me the Milwaukee Bucks are doing what's in the best interest of Giannis Antetokounmpo, trying to send him off on his terms to where he wants to go, his preferred destination. Hawk, that may very well be the case. I don't understand that from a business perspective, from running an organization perspective, because if you're the Bucks, why wouldn't you play this out until minutes before the NBA draft to see what people are going to offer you?
I'll tell you why. Because what if Miami says, we are not playing a game where we're going to be caught again the way that we got caught with Damian Lillard. So if we have a deal that's acceptable to you and a deal that's acceptable to us, we shake on the deal and it's a done deal. If you're telling us that there's the possibility that we're not going to end up with Giannis because at the last minute, some better offer is going to come in, then we're moving on now and reformulating what we want to do. And then that's the risk Milwaukee has to take. You know, it's like selling a home, right? If you have a deal, you have a deal. You don't say, well, we have a deal. I think I just want to have one more open house and see if I get a better offer. And it's like, well, okay, you're having an open house next week and we're going to wait. Well, what if you get a better offer? And then this other house that we were kind of looking at is now off the market because someone created an offer there. And so I do think if there's an agreement that both sides are acceptable with, you would make an announcement. If you're the Heat, you don't allow them to dictate, hey, yeah, we like the deal, but we're going to wait and wait and wait and wait. And we'll let you know at the very end if this deal that we agree to is the final deal that we're going to accept.
If you're the Heat, for sure, right? You want this done on your terms because it clearly wasn't 3 or 4 months ago at the deadline. And you got hosed, and here you are again, back in the Giannis sweepstakes. But again, like if I'm Milwaukee, I think that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay,
because
and then you hear the Heat announce a trade in a week from now. And now your bargaining chip with Miami's gone. The team that everyone thought he was going to is gone. Like, you lose a lot if you make that risk and you're Milwaukee. You potentially lose a lot.
For sure, but who has more to lose in this situation? In my opinion, you could argue Giannis because, yes, the Milwaukee Bucks are going to lose Giannis Antetokounmpo. I get that, Hawk, but I think the Bucks, at the minimum, will get 2 first-round picks for Giannis from somebody. Sacramento, Charlotte, Atlanta, even Portland apparently now is in these Mark Stein reports, which I just think would be funny if after all these years he ends up in Portland. to me, the Heat have more to lose here. If they don't get Giannis, a lot of anger from the fan base again at this front office, and they don't really have many other options in terms of putting themselves back into contender status. So to me, really, Milwaukee has the leverage here, not the Miami Heat.
They may have leverage, but I don't think they have all the leverage by any stretch of the imagination, because I don't know if you're going to get a better package than what the Heat are offering. And if you're Milwaukee and you go, yeah, that's probably going to be the best offer that we get, it doesn't make sense not to consummate the deal. What are you possibly going to get 4 weeks from now? And again, you don't know what's going to happen with Spida Mitchell. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't know if they like the idea of James Harden. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows what Miami thinks is their best move? So I just think you might hear something from Milwaukee and Miami sooner rather than later if the deal is acceptable by both parties.
Who the hell likes the idea of James Harden after the last week?
James Harden likes the idea of James Harden.
That's it. He's the only person that likes the idea.
He thinks he played well. He said, I think I played well. I thought I had a good series.
And the head coach, Kenny Atkinson, believes that they won that series based on analytics.
Right. Analytically, they won.
Right. Yeah. They were the better team.
Yeah. Analytically. Dolphins OTAs are happening again this week. They're open to the media tomorrow, so we'll get some media reports about Dolphins OTAs. Marlins are back.
Hey.
Marlins have won 4 in a row.
Let's go.
Got Sandy pitching tonight. We got action. I mean, Marlins could make some noise. All you needed was one winning streak. They're there. They've got a 4-game winning streak going, so I'm feeling good again.
How about sweeping the Mets and the way they capped it off?
It was great. It was great. Little grand salami. It was great.
Here's my take on it yesterday, Hawk, since you weren't here. I almost went to the game Sunday. I was considering getting tickets either through the station or literally just buying them because I had nothing to do. Like, why not, right? Sunday, sure. Marlins have won 2 straight. The stupid Nets are in town, or Mets, excuse me. And I was so happy I didn't go to the game. Here's why. 0-0 game through 7 innings. I'm hitting it. I'm in the car.
Interesting.
As that home run, grand slam walk-off home run is being hit. And then I'm angry with myself for not staying throughout the entire game.
So I also thought about going to the game. I had asked for, you know what? Paul had told me that I had tickets for Saturday. And then he just never sent them. And I didn't care enough to worry about. Like, if they came in, I'd have gone to the game. They didn't. And then Sunday rolled around and I was like, maybe we'll go to the game. I think it was a 1:40 start.
Yeah.
And we weren't doing anything. And I was like, maybe we'll go to the game. And I did what you did. I went online and I was looking at available tickets. They're not that expensive. And I was like, because we didn't have any tickets left. And then I thought to myself, there's going to be all these Mets fans.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sit around them. And I don't know, it could be contagious, Mets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Mets could be contagious. Like, Richie from Boar's Head,
right?
Because he was just texting about the Knicks.
Yeah,
like, that might be contagious.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's
contagious, bro. And so I was like, you know what? I'm better off not going. I'll wait till like a different NL East team rolls around. So anyway, that's why I didn't.
Like the hantavirus.
Yeah, exactly, but worse.
Right. And I mean, New York City's rat infested.
Right. It Metbola. Yeah, you heard of Ebola, Jimmy? You heard of Ebola?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, this is Metsbola. You see?
Interesting.
Yeah. Because you don't want that.
No.
You have to call out all the hazmat suits and whatever.
Sure. Then you're like eating pizza off the ground all of a sudden.
Yeah. Because you're a New York Mets fan.
Of course.
Yeah. There's rats by your feet. Speaking of New York, so the Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals. This is going to be the toughest ticket in sports for a minute. This is more expensive than Super Bowl tickets. I don't know if you saw some of the tweets from like Yahoo Sports and whatnot, but these Knicks tickets, the ones at Madison Square Garden, holy hell. You are going to have to be loaded or connected to be at one of those games.
I saw this tweet that for the price of a Knicks Finals ticket, you can buy a 4-bedroom house in Oklahoma City.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, but unbelievable.
Do you sell, Hawk? I was a season ticket holder for the Heat. NBA Finals came around in 2006. Me and my dad and my brother went to all 3 games. In 2013, 2014, 2011, like the four, we did not sell a single NBA Finals ticket. And for that 2013 season, when they played the Spurs, that Game 7, we could have sold our 2 tickets and made up all the money for that season, a Big 3 era in one game. If you're a Knicks fan, you have season tickets, let's say lower bowl, right? Row 15. You could sell a pair of tickets for, I don't know, man, $10,000.
Very possible.
Would you sell?
I don't think so. I think if I was a long-time or lifetime season ticket holder, this is what you're waiting for.
Right.
And it's not the investment return that you're waiting for. It's the fandom return. Now, not like you can't see the game on television. You can. You can buy yourself a new television. You can buy yourself 5 televisions.
Radio City Music Hall. The vibes there were electric.
But I think you go to the game. Anyway, we've got a Spurs game tonight. Let's do headlines. Headlines with Solana, brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Your camera is
see that.
wildly just dark. Yeah. Oh, good luck over there. The curtains are a little broken, Hawk. Oh, all right. You got it done. It's dark in this room, man.
I didn't realize. I'll put some lights on.
Yeah. It doesn't even really matter, but for guys like us who already have, pretty light complexion, to not even be able to see you on the camera is it was throwing me off a little bit.
I would have mentioned that as well. I didn't realize. I just clicked over to the video page to see how it looked. Sorry about that.
Now we can say the light is on.
Yeah. The light is on, Solana.
Well done, Jimmy. Well done. Good morning, by the way, Jimmy. Great to have you part of the show this early. Hawk, the New York Knicks, for the first time since 1999, are headed to the NBA Finals. And I don't know who I'm more upset with. James Harden, Kenny Atkinson, the entire Cleveland Cavaliers organization, the city of Cleveland, just because I don't like the city of Cleveland. But
we got a text from Crowder. And it says, I'm 20 minutes out, filibuster a little bit. Well, what does that mean, filibuster? That's the show, Crowder. The whole show is a filibuster. What you think I'm like? I don't understand. I filibuster for 4 hours a day. So do you.
You're preparing all these years. You've been preparing for your shot on the Congress floor.
That's right. I'm like a Senate filibuster.
My brother sent me this before we get to the Knicks. Have you seen this? The Miami Heat store posted LeBron James Nike Reserve jerseys, Forever King, honoring LeBron's Miami reign. And they say, honor LeBron James with the Nike Reserve Forever King jerseys and shorts, a meticulously crafted tribute that blends heritage and unparalleled craftsmanship. Limited quantities available. Grab them while they last at the link in the bio. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But it's LeBron James, Miami Heat, number 6, jerseys and shorts. And they say limit 1 per customer. What are we doing there? What's going on?
Selling off unsold stock?
Is that what we're doing?
I'm not kidding you. Like, just selling off.
Speaking of,
we got our Dolphins.
We'll get there.
Our
we'll
Tua
get there
jerseys.
a little bit
very
later
exciting.
in the show. But
Crowder emphasizes again, after I've just said that, filibuster with 5 exclamation points. I'm filibustering. This is literally part of the filibuster.
Are they selling off old items? Did they jump the shark?
No.
With an announcement?
That guy is not coming back.
Do they know that LeBron is retiring? Do they know maybe LeBron James is coming back to Miami, Hawk?
He is not.
Back to the 305. Get your jerseys now while you still can.
If this text from Crowder says filibuster, I'm going to throw this phone.
You can't see LeBron coming back to Miami?
No.
Why? He's going to go to Cleveland and play with that bum James Harden?
Again, I think that LeBron genuinely looks at the 4 years in Miami like college. And when you're done with college and you're moving on, you've learned what you can learn. Yeah, I mean, listen, I hope I'm not speaking to the people who are still around their college, but like do you know who stays in Gainesville after they've completed their 4 years? Like you move on,
Yeah.
especially when you've moved on to something successful. So I don't think you go back to college.
But doesn't every frat star have
He's not
that?
going back to play for Spo. He's not like just no.
Doesn't every frat star have that feeling in them to relive it one more time?
Yes, because
Go back
they've
for a
never
weekend.
because they've never experienced anything like they felt during college. Everything he's experienced after college is the same that he experienced at college. He won another title in 2 different cities. He's a huge star. He's a global icon. He doesn't need to relive his college moments.
When you peak in college, you want to relive those college moments, Hawk.
You're
and
correct.
LeBron peaked
He
in
did not.
college.
Unfortunately, he did not.
Oh,
I wish I could agree with you.
He did peak in college.
His best 4-year run was in college, but I don't think he peaked.
He peaked in college.
He peaked with that Cavs.
The best era.
Again, different conversation. He was at his best in that Cavs finals because he had no help. I shouldn't say Kyrie's no help, but he didn't have a big three.
They were down 3-1, and they came back and they beat a team that nobody thought they could beat. They beat a team that went 73-9 that season. I'll give you that. That's probably when people are ranking LeBron's titles. That's probably
Correct.
The one everybody's going to put
meant the most
top.
to him and whatnot. His best 4 years was Miami. There's no question. It's not even up for debate.
The best version of LeBron James on the court as a basketball player.
Yes.
Was wearing a Miami Heat jersey.
Yes.
That is indisputable.
But easier to do when your teammates are Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, Shane Battier.
And Mario Chalmers.
And Norris Cole.
There was some sad news over the past couple of hours. A Dolphins legend passed away, Manny Fernandez. He anchored the no-name defense, part of that 1972 undefeated team as well. He passed away at the age of 79.
Yeah, a legendary name with winning Dolphins football. Crazy that you have to go back that far, but a legendary name associated with winning Dolphins football. He had 17 tackles in a Super Bowl. Do you know how good you have to be to have 17 tackles in a Super Bowl game?
That's crazy. Crowder didn't have 17 tackles in a season.
Crowder says, I'm at peak filibuster, the way that LeBron was at peak playing days.
Yeah, hurry back because I pulled out the LeBron to Miami bit a little too early, Crowder. I'm going to need you in the 3 o'clock hour.
Now I can't take a segment off.
You do have NBA tonight. Obviously, the Marlins will continue playing tonight as well. They're in Toronto. You text Rob Pizzola, let him know. Marlins sticking to
Yeah, I didn't. I probably should have.
Yeah, Marlins will play the Blue Jays tonight. Yuri's on the mound today. That's a 7:07. Excuse me, Sandy's on the mound today. Thank you. 7:07 p.m. first pitch. They did win 8-2 yesterday, and you do have the only NBA games left. Series is tied 2 apiece. How about the Thunder handling business on Friday, and then the San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama
whooped them.
Came back and whooped that ass on Sunday.
Whooped them.
That is the most fun.
Was it Sunday or last night?
No, Sunday. Last night was the Knicks and the Cavaliers.
Right. Yep.
That is the most fun series of basketball in a long time.
I believe the Spurs win that series, and I believe the Spurs win the NBA title.
You think the Spurs win 2
Yep.
of 3?
Yes. And in fact, I was watching First Take this morning. I can't remember if it was Stephen A. who said it, but they said, this game tonight is the most consequential game of OKC's winning era because you do not want Victor Wembanyama to have 2 tries to win a game.
A legacy-defining game for Wemby, too. He takes out
he is tough
the
to
big
stop,
bad
man.
OKC Thunder in year 2 of their dynasty. on the road tonight, and then they go back and they close it out in 6. Whew. I cannot wait. Marlins tonight, by the way, listen to it on FM 104.3 WQAM. Bam Adebayo apologized yesterday. Not apologized, but he clarified. And so repping the Panthers.
Yeah, like, hey, I can go to a Golden Knights game. They're taking care of me with tickets. I put on the jersey, but I'm a Panthers fan. I'm okay with that.
I don't know. Here's the thing, Hawk. VGK beat the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup final just 3 seasons ago.
I'm going to be in Vegas starting Friday, and if they're in the Stanley Cup finals, you very might well see me at a game, and I'll be rocking the VGK jersey.
If you're wearing a VGK jersey,
100%.
I will throw hands.
100%. If they hook me up with tickets, then I'm VGK for the night.
I mean, no, wear a black T-shirt.
No, I'm VGK for the night.
Maybe a VGK hat. Maybe I'll allow that.
No, we don't have a lifelong rivalry with VGK.
What do you mean?
We don't.
They beat the Panthers in the Stanley Cup final.
It's all right. What have you done for me lately?
Crazy. I mean, they're literally about to sweep the Colorado Avalanche.
I stand with Bam.
Did you see the video where he has a Panthers jersey in a bag?
Yes.
Bam bought that jersey
100%.
for that video yesterday.
Because he saw, this is what I thought. It was going viral.
Right.
And so he sent someone out. There has to be an NHL store either somewhere on the strip. Like, I don't know if they sell them in the arena because that would be weird to be selling opposing teams' jerseys in the arena. But he didn't show up with a Panthers jersey in a bag.
Right.
And he had no plans on buying a Panthers jersey, I don't think. And so he sent someone out and said, hey, you got to do me a solid. I need Panthers jerseys in a bag, stat.
He's ride or die with South Florida, man. All this nonsense that Bam's going to leave Miami. Bam's going to leave Miami. He's going to force his way out of Miami. Anybody who thought that was way off. I thought those talking points were ridiculous in the middle of the season, but way off. He's going out of his way to buy a Florida Panthers jersey to be like, hey, South Florida, I got you. I still got you. Don't worry about it.
Richie from Boar's Head texts in, get out of here, Hawk. San Antonio ain't going to beat us, and the Thunder ain't going to beat us. You guys can hate on the Knicks all you want, but we're going to win the title this year. Hey, Richie, focus on the maple glazed honey roast turkey, all right? Hey, leave the basketball analysis to me.
I will put my house on whoever comes out of the West in that series. The house.
Well, it's funny. If it's OKC, I think I'm picking the Knicks.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here.
They're vulnerable.
The New York Knicks are not winning an NBA title.
All right.
They're not.
They're not.
They're not
right.
winning an NBA title.
Hope you guys are right.
Mickey Mouse run through the East.
They talked, this is the funniest thing on First Take this morning. Is it the greatest run to an NBA Finals in NBA history? In NBA history.
Which one? The Spurs? OKC?
The one where the Knicks have run roughshod over everyone in the East.
They've won 11 straight games.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
What a joke the Eastern Conference is. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 89 degrees. It is hot, brother. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the upper 70s. This weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
Arande Gadsden is going to join us. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel like it. If your energy is low, your sleep is off, your weight won't budge, your mind feels foggy, your sex drive isn't what it used to be, you can switch things up. And I'm talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic. You know, maybe your game just isn't what it used to be. You've got less energy and less drive. You don't feel like yourself. You deserve to feel your best. It's why I started getting testosterone at Atlantic Men's Clinic. I was there today at Atlantic Men's Clinic. Their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, enhance your body composition, improve your sleep, increase your sex drive, and so much more, helping you get back to feeling your best. Atlantic Men's Clinic really are the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They have successfully treated many men for low T, including me. And I'm telling you, you're going to notice a difference. If you're like most guys who are low T, within just a few weeks of starting treatment, you're going to feel the energy return and the brain fog go away, your sleep improve, your workouts improve, and your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. So call Atlantic Men's Clinic, visit Atlantic Men's Clinic. Most men will wait a year or longer. You don't need to wait. Don't ignore the signs. Call today. Take that first step towards feeling better again. And they do have 7 locations in South Florida, so there's going to be one near you for sure. Call them at 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm the hottest chick in the game right now, man.
Got
world would you not switch? Red Pocket Mo.
Carter, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're coming back now.
Okay.
All right, I think Aronde is on the line. I think Mr. Filibuster, Channing Crowder is there. I mean, we got action, Jack.
Filibuster.
There is wearing purple. You look good in purple.
Well, thank you. I look good in every color because I'm sexy.
You don't, actually, which is why I pointed out that you look good in purple. I don't think I've ever seen you in purple before. Before we get to Aronde here, cigar lovers, we've got a chance for you to win sold-out VIP tickets to Drew Estate's Florida Barn Smoker this November. It is an unbelievable prize. Throughout the day, if you're there, if you're the winner, you'll enjoy premium and VIP cigars, curated food and beverage experiences, food trucks, drinks, and more. If you want to enter, text the word Barn Smoker to 20357. That's Barn Smoker to 20357. Got to be 21 or older to enter and attend. Valid ID will be required at the event registration. Text the word Barn Smoker to 20357. Aronde Gadsden was a Dolphins receiver for many seasons. You got Dolphins OTAs going on, and we're getting ready for our first season under Jeff Hafley as head coach and Malik Willis as quarterback. OG, I'm going to start with a Dolphins question, and this is good from a receiver standpoint. Do the Dolphins need to add a receiver to get a true idea of what Malik Willis can do as the starting quarterback? Because I was reading all these reports over the weekend, a number of articles where NFL analysts are saying the Dolphins receiving room on paper is one of the worst, if not the worst in the NFL. And I'm wondering if you think, to make it fair for season one for Malik Willis and maybe even Jeff Hafley, that they need to add some sort of depth at receiver.
I mean, I'm available.
I'm not certain you understood me. I said depth. I said depth.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I would think so. You know what I mean? I think well, they got some good guys in there. I just, it's all to get the true, like you're saying, the true evaluation of who Malik Willis is. You have to have a true one. And it's tough. We all want to consider ourselves, and we want to be, best receiver wide room. But just like quarterbacks, there's only a few of those guys that hold it down, and I think we do need a veteran one. Somebody who's done it, who's been there, who can come in the room and say, "Hey, look. This is how things are supposed to go. This is what I mean when I say this, or this is where I mean, this is how things are supposed to go." So I think just from a veteran leadership standpoint, you need that. And this is, listen, I, just kind of went through it, on the other side, just to be quite honest, like, Aronde was he's in LA, and, going into OTAs for the Chargers, because nobody was there, he was the vet. And I'm like, man, that's tough.
Wow.
Where I don't want my kid to start, but everybody else was either a free agent or they just drafted the person, the tight end in the tight end room, because Kohler wasn't there yet. And obviously they hadn't signed David as of yet when the OTA started back in April.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
OG the second being the vet in the room.
Right, the oldest in the room. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then they'd already signed Cole. He just hadn't come to camp because it just, wasn't his time. He didn't have to be there, right? And so he was the guy trying to show the dudes what to do. Like, and they signed David and, Cole and, as a kid, he's like, okay, man, well, listen, relax. They relax. Good they sign him. You don't have to carry the load. Like, let David carry some of the load. Let Cole, let them be the two tight ends in while you get some water and, chill out for a second. You know what I mean? Like, this we in this for the long haul. We ain't trying to, you know what I mean? So, I had to talk to him about that. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not, the end of the world. It's not like they don't like you. That's why they send the signing to people. They need to know some veteran leadership. What you telling them people what to do in this your second year? You ain't done that. You know what I mean? So,
And don't nobody want that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 now. Let somebody else get some of that heat.
Yeah.
Hey, with that, OG, with that thought of like, saying signing other players or just seeing what they have in Malik Willis, when did you know? Because you played with Dan and you played with Troy. When could you know that like Malik Willis is that dude? Like I feel comfortable being a receiver under him.
Like I said, it's tough, but it's those situations where we all have them. I mean, I'm sure you had him as a linebacker, like, what you said, like, even when OJ and Tony Martin was there and the LT was there and I was, one of the group, and then they left and it's me, like, holy smokes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, as a receiver, it's 3rd and 8 in the 4th quarter, you down by 6 and you running that comeback. I'm running the comeback. He know I'm running the comeback. Everybody in the stadium know you run that comeback. You got to catch that comeback. That's, and Champ Bailey over there, Ty Law over there. You like, man, geez, Louise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have to figure this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have that look in the huddle when it's that time when Malik Willis has to be like, I don't know if you remember the game. It was a big game, but it turned out to be a bigger game than it was. I don't know if you remember, we were playing the Raiders at home, blah, 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 and Jay had to make a play, and he ran and got in the end zone. We won the game. He was on the front of Sports Illustrated and everything. I think, you get in the huddle and you look and you see that in the quarterback's eyes, and you see it in whoever, and you like, all right, he got it. He got it from me. I mean, I really didn't have to. With Troy and Dan, you really don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You come in and they look in your eyes. You be like, all right, I'm just afraid I can have it.
Did you ever see that look in Jay's eyes?
Yeah, I think at one point he had enough command and control. I mean, it helped that we had, a top 3 defense, and we had Ricky Williams. that didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. But I think he had so much command of the offense that he could get us out of situations. We in the 4th quarter that we could win the game. That was a tough situation. We weren't gonna set the world on fire, right? But if it's 12, if it's 12-10 in the 4th quarter, we got to get in the field goal position, and Jay could do it. You understand what I'm saying? So it was no problem. I don't know if you want us to put up 70, but what I'm saying, we can win the game 12-9. We got it.
You don't give them 17 though.
We're going to give a strong 17. The defense won't let them under 15. We cooking with gas. me and Troy Drayton, we can handle it from here. me, Troy Drayton, and J.J. Johnson, we got it from here, man.
Hey, OG,
we got it from here.
OG, you never experienced going into a season, though, where, the expectation was bottom of the league, right? Like, you started in 98 with the Dolphins. I think you guys won 9 or 10 or 11 games every single season that you were with the team, and the Finns were still considered like a preeminent organization in the NFL. How do you think you would have fared being a veteran on a team like this one, where the reality is what it is, right? Like, they're probably not going to have a great season this year.
Right. It'd be tough. That's what I'm saying. I've said this, through the years, even, I don't know, when Tua was here, we didn't have enough veteran leadership to take us the rocky period. That's what I was saying about the whole, Buffalo situation. Listen, it was tough because we'd already, we had a good defense. That was always number one, right? We were hoping people weren't going to score 30. They might squeak out 24, or like the Jets did that Monday night, squeak out 28. But they weren't going to score a lot of points. So you need that. But I couldn't tell you, what I would do, because I think we always had enough veteran leadership of people who've been through those situations before that we could lean on and take us through. We had like Daniel Stubbs. We had a lot of people on the team, right? We had a lot of old vets that could, say, hey, look, let's not get as low as the lows. We good. We're going to right the ship. We're going to get it together. You know what I mean? I think that Monday night when we lost, when we was up 28-7 in the fourth or something like that, we lost. It was so funny because Leslie Shepard came over from Washington, and we were just before the game. I was like, man, you're always losing to the stinking Jets, man. I'm tired of it. We probably lost like 7 in a row at this point. And he was like, man, I never lost to the Jets. Jets nothing. And he came out and scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. He's like, I told you, man. I don't lose to the Jets. We good. I mean, I was like, shit might be on to something. I mean, he scored, and we was killing him. And then I don't know what happened. Lavernius Cole caught a ball on Sam.
I was going to ask you, even before this story ended, I was going to say, how does the final score look at the end of this story? What's the final score?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I blacked out. I don't know what happened. I don't know. When the 2-point conversion and the lineman caught the touchdown, I blacked out. I don't know what happened. We lost.
Yeah,
the Jets won.
Like,
I'm saying? It was brutal. It was brutal. But you still had, I think, the veteran leadership on a certain team. Like, once again, and I've hearkened to this for the last several years, when Tua was quarterback, of the team, and I'm not saying quarterback, and I'm not saying that, Tyreek wasn't a vet, but we didn't have a vet that was in the locker room that can say, hey, look, I've been through this situation. And, even the ones maybe have won a Super Bowl and were younger, but you didn't have that 8-9 year vet who's, been on a team that hadn't won and came to a team that won and said, look, I've been here when the times were bad. Like, I think when I think, I don't want to speak for Channing, but I think for us playing during those times, the teams that won had those guys on it. The Ravens had a lot of them, right?
Yep.
And the other teams had a lot of, Buffalo had a lot of them, and they could pull those players through those times. And if you don't have those dudes, who are you looking to? Who is Malik Willis looking to? Who's going to stand up in the locker room? Like I said, Darryl Gardner and, Dan was there, obviously, would go and say, hey, look, we've been practicing like 4 straight tour-a-days. We need a hat day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't practice and Jimmy was like, no, let's do it. Like, it's raining from 4 to 6. All right, practice started at 6:15. Come on, man, can we go home? Like, it's going to be super hot after it's raining, Like,
hot and humid.
bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he want to move to practice. You know practice is supposed to be at 4, but because it's raining, practice moved to 5:35. Come on, man. Can we just go home, bro? Like, we don't need to practice today.
I don't do well in the humidity.
Quickly, Hawk. My first personal foul in the NFL was against Lavernius Coles.
Was it really?
I grabbed him up in New York. I grabbed him on the sideline. And then once I got out of bounds, I said, yeah, I'm about to throw him into this wall. And I let him go into the wall. And that was my first 15-yard penalty.
You let him go into the wall, or you threw him into the wall?
I guided him into the wall.
Interesting.
I mean, was it a conscious decision, or was it in the heat of the battle, or you just was like, yo, I'm throwing this kid into the wall right now?
Very, very conscious decision, because Lavernius talked a lot of trash, so he was about to go into that cement.
He does. He does talk a lot of trash.
He backed it up in the first quarter of that Dolphins-Jets game.
He did. It was so funny. I mean, never in a million years. I mean, you know, we up, and I got, listen to this. They got, you know who I got? I got Pat, Sam, T-Buck. They got Lavernius Coles, who just came from Florida State, Wayne Corbett, and Dietrich Ward. Nah, they ain't beating us with that, man. They ain't beating us with
These
that.
are babies. Everybody's 5'7".
Hell, man. They got Vinny at quarterback. They ain't beating us with that. Hocus pocus.
All right, we gotta go, OG. Did you have any barbecue over the Memorial Day weekend?
I did. I think it wasn't on it was Sunday, right? Yeah, Sunday. Had an event. Went to backyard barbecue.
Burgers, dogs, ribs, chicken. What was it?
Ribs, chicken, deviled eggs, baked beans, dirty rice. What else did they have?
That sounds like a good place.
Oh yeah, they had a good place. They had, you know, I don't know if you ever been to an African American out in the backyard, but they have a cooler that's unmarked, and it's always at the end of the table, and it's always, you know, dripping and always, you know, like leaking a little bit. They always tell you to get some. Like, yeah, it's just lemonade. Get some. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna stay with this Fanta. I'm gonna stay with this check orange. I'm gonna stay with this check orange. I'm gonna take that one. The lemonade. Because the guy smoking the cigarette backwards over there, he had 2 cups of the lemonade. So.
Yeah, you ain't get no lemonade, OG?
Nah.
The guy's stirring it with his hand. Yeah, we all know that lemonade. Oh.
Melon, way too long. Way too long.
Your phone's breaking up. We love you, OG.
Okay. All right, later.
There you go. Randy gets.
Yo,
You guys smoking the cigarette backwards. And 2 cups already. All right, take a break. Come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is generally wrong. Okay. We're ready.
We're ready.
Ready. Thank you, Georgie.
Listening to the show and not being here, then you really see how much full of crap Solana is.
You're talking about when you were driving in the first segment?
Man, come on. His best years playing were with Miami Heat. They weren't.
LeBron?
Solana, points
Crowder.
per game. When do you think points per game were at its highest?
But that doesn't like that.
No.
doesn't
I did the math. No, let's talk about stats. That's
Crowder. I just want to reiterate a conversation you and I have had several times. You look up a box score of a player.
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
It's not that it doesn't mean anything, but LeBron James saying that you're going to decide what his best years were by points per game, when obviously his points per game numbers were going to drop when he joined a team with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
Okay, what about rebounds per game? What about rebounds per game?
It is so dumb that I will drive to Davey right now.
What about assists? What about assists per game?
Cement, just like you put Lavernius Coles through the cement.
So points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game, they don't matter, right?
So mad. I haven't yelled at you guys in so long.
That doesn't matter. His most successful 4-year run was with Miami because he had a team around him. His best years of a basketball player were not with Miami.
Crowder, LeBron's most efficient years.
No, they weren't. Percentage per game. Shooting percentage was not with Miami. I did the math in the car because I was watching it.
You guys are arguing two separate things.
We're not.
You are. He's saying his most successful 4-year run was with Miami.
100%. 2 out of 4.
Which is indisputable. They went to 4 finals and won 2 of them. Hold that thought.
It's 305.
Dale.
Bless. Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
305, sponsored by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as a family. Drive out as a family? No, drive out as family.
As family.
Yeah. So he's saying his most successful 4 years were with Miami.
2 out of 4. That's crazy. And I agree with you on that.
Basketball was played elsewhere, which
it wasn't.
He's not incorrect, though, because statistically, your best basketball is when your averages are higher, your percentages are higher.
Your points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, shooting percentage is better. Everything that he did, other places were better than his time in Miami. He had more team success in Miami. To your point, I'm giving you credit because he had D Wade and Bosh with him, and Shane Battier and Norris Cole and all the guys. Solana, but his best basketball he played was not with Miami.
The best season of LeBron James' career, the best season. I'm not talking about winning a title. I'm talking about the best season he ever had was in 2012, 2013.
How do you judge that?
His shooting percentage, his PER, his efficiency rating was through the roof. It was better than it had ever been. LeBron went on this stretch where he scored, I think it was 30-plus points per game and shot over 50%. And he was the first player, not a center, to even come close to those stretches because Eric Spoelstra and LeBron James redefined his game when he came to Miami. He was no longer a perimeter isolation player. The Heat literally redefined how the game was played with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James playing out of the low block. LeBron, all of his points, all of his success was him catching and moving
12 and 13. 12 and 13? 12 and 13, 27, 6 and 7.
In 2012 and 2013.
Okay. 27, 8 and 7 was 2007, 2008 in Cleveland.
If you're just going to look at, and this is where you guys,
what do you want me to go off of? You watching him and enjoying him as a Heat player?
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
No, but it matters. It
Solana,
matters.
this is ridiculous. I looked at it. I was in the car. I couldn't be on the show. I'm in the car, and all I'm doing is looking at these stats and looking at his career. This man's amazing. His best year as a basketball player was not in Miami. It was in Cleveland the first time. Shooting percentage, first time in Cleveland. Points per game, first time in Cleveland and in LA. Rebounds per game, second time in Cleveland. Assists per game, second time in Cleveland. Blocks per game, second time in Cleveland. That's what a career goes off of. You go off of you enjoying the man to run around while you're sitting in section 1477 up top. It's not that. His best years were not in Miami. His most successful team years were in Miami. And I agree with you.
Can we stop acting like row 31 is the nosebleeds? We've been doing this for 8 years. Row 31 happens to be pretty decent seats.
They're good seats.
Crowder. LeBron James, just because he had a higher points per game total with the Cleveland Cavaliers in one season doesn't mean he was a better player that season. His usage percentage was much higher as a member of the Cavs pre-Miami and post-Miami because the ball was in his hands a lot more, because the ball had to be in his hands a lot more because he didn't have players like Chris Bosh or players like Dwayne Wade next to him.
Again, you're having a separate argument here, and Crowder's drawing a very fine line between success and statistics. But if you do look at someone's career, if you look at Bam's career in totality, and you say, what was his best season, you're going to look at the stats, right? That's how you're going to judge his best season. You're going to say, oh, he averaged whatever, 22, 8, and 9 this particular season. Statistically, that was his best season, which is what Crowder was doing, because that's indisputable. When you're looking at someone's best season, you're going to look at stats. You're not going to give the nuance that you're giving it with how someone's being used, where they're being used, and how different it was versus under a different coach.
And I understand that. And I'm not saying what Crowder's doing is necessarily flawed, but the way I want to view the game and the way I like to view a player at LeBron's caliber when I'm comparing his seasons is not with points per game, assists per game, rebounds per game, and blocks per game, because I think those stats don't properly evaluate how great of a player LeBron is. And I think that's what made his time in Miami so special, is that, yes, maybe he only scored 27 points per game, and he surpassed that and eclipsed it other seasons in Cleveland, but the efficiency numbers were off the chart.
Give me the stats. I can look these up because this is what people like you do. Efficiency numbers and PER is what you want me to look up? Efficiency numbers? No. That's what you want. Efficiency numbers and PER.
There's actually a metric called the LeBron score because of how great he was in Miami.
That
evaluates players based around a LeBron James.
What can I Google to find out who you think is the best player in the league? Efficiency number and PER.
You can just ask him who he thinks is the best player.
It's Solana. It's ridiculous. You're just saying, I just enjoyed watching him play the three. That doesn't mean anything.
Anybody who has followed LeBron James' career, who is a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, or who isn't a Los Angeles Lakers fan, so you have to eliminate those two fan bases.
Well, then you have to eliminate the Miami fans?
No, why would we? Would be able to tell you that peak LeBron,
not when he came back 3-1 against, Golden State Warriors. That wasn't peak LeBron.
That was the most impressive series win of LeBron James' career. I don't think that's arguable, as much as it pains me, as much as I literally felt sick to my stomach watching LeBron James win that title. Inarguable. That was the most impressive one, and his postseason best series has to be that one. That was a
good PER or efficiency rate.
34, 9, and 9 during that postseason in 2017.
No. We can't talk about points and rebounds and assists. We have to talk about something else. Because you don't want to do the points, rebound, and assists, right? I'm going off of your argument.
He shot 40% from 3 in 2012, 2013, while shooting 57% from the field. He never did that.
Percentage. 3-point percentage means something. PER, efficiency rate, and 3-point percentage. Those are the numbers that you run off of with metrics. I just need to know.
Look it up. Every single website, every single article will tell you that his best season, without a doubt, best seasons, plural, as a basketball player.
Who? Shams Charania? I'm not worried about Shams Charania. I'm looking at numbers.
But I'm just saying, and you should worry about Shams because he knows more about basketball than you
He
ever
does
will.
know more about basketball. It's a great name. It's a great name to badmouth.
But you can't say look up anything. It'll show you that LeBron's best seasons were in Miami when statistically you might see otherwise.
Well, sure, Ken. I just did. But here, I found the numbers that I wanted. I found the numbers.
What numbers? Please, I'm writing the list, Solana. Tell me what numbers mean something, because points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game don't mean anything. Shooting percentage doesn't mean anything in a regular season. Efficiency rate, PER, three-point percentage. Okay, so those are the three that matter.
By the way, I just pulled out this pen. I stole it from the hotel in Orlando I stayed at. Is there anything better than a pen you steal from a hotel?
It's a good pen. Did you put it in your mouth though?
Yeah.
Somebody else touched that.
That's smart.
You know what goes on in those hotel rooms.
But you think somebody put it up there?
It's possible.
You got a lot in your mouth.
If I was ever going to do that, it would be at a hotel.
Yeah. Your mouth is going to multiply.
LeBron in 2012-2013, which is a season, I believe, by far his best season. His PER that year, Crowder, was 31.6.
Wow.
64% true shooting percentage.
Oh, true shooting percentage.
And
so let me write that down. True shooting percentage, not normal shooting percentage.
Well, wait a second. You can't dismiss the stats when they don't favor your argument.
This is what he does. I was listening on the way in.
But these are actual stats. Just because you don't follow it with that kind of granular knowledge of the game doesn't mean he's making up stats. These are actual stats.
Okay, Hawk, what's the difference, Solana, for my education between shooting percentage and true shooting percentage?
True shooting percentage properly measures the weight of the shot. So, for example, a player could shoot only 41% from the floor, right? Like Steph Curry. Steph Curry's overall field goal percentage isn't as high as maybe, I don't know, Donovan Mitchell. I'm just making this up. But when you value how many more threes Steph Curry makes and takes, threes matter more. They count for more points. You can't just look at the box score and say, well, Donovan Mitchell's a better shooter than Steph Curry, right? You can't do that, even though Donovan Mitchell has a better field goal percentage. So true shooting properly values
shooting values threes more than twos.
It's not just that. It's field goals, it's three-pointers, and free throws. So it properly measures a player's overall scoring efficiency by taking into account all three of those metrics rather than just looking at, oh, well, that guy shoots 67% from the floor, a center. He obviously is a better shooter than Steph Curry. No, nobody would think that. But if you just look at the
true shooting percentage is twos, threes, and free throws.
Correct. So players who shoot more threes, even though they have a lower overall field goal percentage, you take into account the fact that threes matter more. So it properly shows you what a player's impact is shooting the basketball. It also matters with free throws. LeBron takes a lot of free throws. He had also a 19.3 win shares that season. Which
what? What did you just say? A win share?
Well, here again, you're going to get into this issue where you and I, like I do with baseball, I look at average and RBI and home runs because that's what I grew up watching. You're not going to be into the analytical numbers because you choose not to be. But you can't dismiss those numbers because those numbers exist for a reason. The real smart basketball knowledge guys would tell you those are more important numbers than shooting percentage. And it makes sense theoretically. I'm not telling you that I buy into it, but it's hard to just dismiss those numbers and say, oh no, if you take 20 shots and make 18, you're a better shooter than a guy who takes 20 shots and makes 14, because that makes sense. But then when you find out the 20 shots that the guy took who only made 14 were much more difficult shots because of where they were on the court or whatnot, it makes a little bit more difference if
but-
you were judging who's actually a better shooter.
and
Wouldn't true shooting percentage have something to do with points per game? Because the guy taking 18 threes is going to make more points than the guy taking 18 twos. But if he makes less threes and makes less twos, you're going to have a lower points per game. It's easy. You nerds want to make it so hard, Solana. No, it's not. Win percentage.
We don't.
Efficiency rate, PER. I know how to look at basketball and say, this dude's a dog and this dude's not as good as him.
Correct. And I think there's a time and place for that. But when you're arguing something as hard to process as LeBron's best seasons, when they're all unbelievable
and they're
you
great,
have to be able to literally look at different metrics and say, okay, what made this season better than the other one? Oh, well, yes, he scored more points per game this one season, but look at how he scored them here compared to how he did them in another place, which is why player efficiency rating matters, which is why a player's true shooting percentage matters. If not, you just look at James Harden's box score and you sound like Patrick Beverly.
Let me tell you. Hold on, don't worry about it. Let me see. I'm going to pull up James Harden's box scores.
And yes, if you look at just box score.
No. I'm going to look at James Harden box scores, and it's not going to be impressive because he's not impressive anymore. What's his PER? What's his efficiency rating in true points?
But
Get out of here, man. This goofball stuff. LeBron's best years were not in Miami. You have to come to the conclusion.
No, you are
goodness gracious
that you just are wrong about this. And by the way, James Harden and the Dwayne Wade argument, the reason why anybody could even do what they're doing and compare the two, which is just so stupid because Dwayne Wade is obviously the better, more accomplished player, is because of the way you want to have this conversation. Because if you look at James Harden, just his pure points per game, assists, just his pure box score numbers, James Harden is the better player because he scored more points. He took a lot more shots. The era he played in was very different. It was more free-flowing, and it led to better, more inflated numbers than Dwayne Wade ever had. But
now
when
it's
you
more
look
free-flowing, and now the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade have to be involved. What are you talking about?
Man.
We can ask Jim Larinaga tomorrow because I respect his knowledge. I don't respect Crowder's basketball knowledge or opinion at all.
You shouldn't, but I know what I'm talking about.
Either.
That's fair.
Where's that PER, efficiency rating, the free-flowing game? You hear him pull up free-flowing game? What are you talking about?
When Dwayne Wade played.
Goodness gracious. He's going to keep going.
Just listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, when Dwayne Wade played, what happened?
When Dwayne Wade played, you would agree, right? His prime years from 2004, right after he was drafted.
Amazing.
About 2014, those 10 years, you would agree that games were lower scoring on average. There were significantly less shots attempted per game by the team, but also by stars. And when James Harden entered his prime, 2015-ish, even though he was good before that, but 2015-ish when he got to Houston, you would agree that players like James Harden were taking a lot more shots, teams were scoring a lot more points, and that could lead to a player like James Harden scoring more points per game because he was taking more shots per game than a player like Dwayne Wade. So when you compare just the base box score numbers, who scored more points per game, who had more assists per game, James Harden will look like the better player. There's no doubt about that. But when you properly measure how the two impacted the game season by season, Dwayne Wade clears James Harden by a mile. By a mile.
Let me take this to my sport. Rank Jarvis, Landry, Tyreek Hill, and Randy Moss.
Jarvis Landry, Tyreek Hill, and Randy Moss. I don't see how you're getting anywhere with this, but
who's the better? Who's the better one? Because the game changed, and the best receiver is going to be number one in Randy Moss, who caught 5 balls a game. You're talking about efficiency and the game changing and the numbers. No, we know who could play ball, and his best years were not down here. You can't play with me with numbers and talk about PIRs and all this stuff, bro. But LeBron, I loved him to death. When he won 2 out of 4 for the Heat, I loved him. But the thought that his best years were in Miami is foolishness.
again, his most successful years were in Miami.
For
the
the
most
team.
successful 4 years of LeBron's career were in Miami. That to me is not debatable.
But his personal success?
Well, it's hard to not intertwine the two.
No, you can intertwine them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you have to be able to intertwine them. So if you say his best 4 years were in Miami, I can't. How do I take out
his most successful years when he was MVP and Finals MVP and all of that was in Miami? His best basketball that he played was not in Miami. It was when he went back to Cleveland and drug an inferior team to a championship.
You may say that he had his best season was the one that he had the least help and won a championship for a team that probably shouldn't be there. I'm not arguing that with you. That may have been his best basketball season statistically, and maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But it's also hard to argue that his best 4 years were in Miami.
Championship-wise, yes. He had more help.
That's not. But again,
his best personal years. If I win 17 fights as a boxer with this gym over 17 years, that doesn't have to be my best stretch of boxing.
Correct, but it also would be foolish to say that it wasn't.
If I can see that, what about the other 10 years I was with another gym and knocked everybody out in the first round?
But ultimately,
I still won with this trainer. You can't say that's my best boxing. You can't say that's LeBron's best basketball.
But how can you look at his 4 years here where he goes to 4 NBA finals, wins 2 of them, wins MVP, and say, yeah. You gotta take it all into account. That's not his best basketball.
He had a Hall of Fame coach. He had 2 Hall of Fame players. He had a great supporting staff. He had a great GM.
You're making it sound like he's a bystander.
I'm not saying he's a bystander. He was a big piece of that.
A big piece?
He was a gigantic piece. The piece. I agree with you. But the time he spent in Miami with the great coach, the schematic genius of Spo, what Pat Riley did to bring in Shane and bring in Ray and bringing them boys the second year. I mean, the third and fourth year. Amazing. But when he had to play basketball with no K, BASSETBALL, basketball was not down here.
I mean, if it wasn't, you are splitting a hair into.
That's crazy. I would say LeBron agrees with me.
No, he doesn't.
LeBron James agrees with me.
LeBron James says his best season was 2017. He has said that before.
Which ended in, for him, the most important title of his life.
Right.
Nothing will eclipse it. Nothing will surpass it. And I understand that. And by the way, that postseason run was literally
crazy.
One of the most impressive postseason runs we'll ever see. But LeBron James in 2012, 2013, and 2011, 2012, 2013, the 2 seasons that he won a title in Miami, those 2 seasons, which I believe are the 2 best LeBron James years of his career, without a doubt, playing basketball, was the only year in his career that he won All-NBA First Team, the MVP award, and was top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year as well. Also an all-star. Those are the only
5. Who tracks that?
But it's hard to argue. You can't argue statistics and then say, well, don't give me statistics.
Okay, well, listen. Well, I'm going to get some more statistics about when he was top 5, because that doesn't show up on Wikipedia. I'll find his top 5 finishes and to see when that can throw that in to the other years. He's amazing. LeBron James said his best years wasn't in Miami. You're going to argue against LeBron, the dude that was on the court?
His best season was 2017, which makes sense, by the way, because that championship meant the most to him. But what you're doing, again, I'm not arguing that maybe his best season was 2017. But what you're making the 4 years here sound like is like he was this passenger on an aircraft that was being piloted by Spo and Dwayne Wade and Shane Battier, and he happened to be along for the ride. And I think you're doing a wild dismissal of what he was over those 4 seasons. They don't win a finals over those 4 seasons if you take LeBron out of the mix.
And by the way,
and Cleveland doesn't win a championship in 2016 with LeBron's not on that team.
Agreed.
Nobody's debating
And they don't win in 2020 in LA if LeBron's not on that team.
Crowder, you know LeBron because you're arguing basically that when he left Miami, his second stint in Cleveland, that was his best basketball. You know he didn't win an MVP award when he went back to Cleveland.
When he went back to Cleveland, he did win the Finals MVP.
Okay, but that's not what I'm saying. He did not win the league's regular season most valuable player award. He won 2 of them prior to leaving Cleveland, while he was in Cleveland, prior to coming to Miami, and then won 2 in 2012 and in 2013. He did not win.
I just think
after.
the argument is splitting hairs
It
to
is.
a crazy degree because the guy had one great season after the next. He's the second best NBA player in history.
He's the best
that I've ever watched in my life. Number 2.
So to say without equivocation that his best basketball didn't happen here and here's why, or his best basketball did happen here and here's why, and to have stats that can back up either argument, you can't really debate it rationally because he's got championships in 3 different places. He's got MVPs in 2 different places. He's always an all-star up until he got up there in years. Like, it's really hard to do that.
But and while I agree with you, I disagree in the fact that the stats, you can use them rationally when comparing season by season LeBron, because you're right, it is splitting hairs. But that's what leads me to having to use advanced analytics and metrics that are purposely created for these types of arguments to say, hey, he was unbelievable in 2017, 2018, the year they didn't even win the title because Kyrie left, and he literally put Cleveland on his back, took them back to the NBA Finals with a brutal team. But that year, despite scoring more and despite being more of a dominant player, maybe he was at his peak athletically that season, it did not compare to the type of efficient, quality, just flawless, pure basketball he was playing in a Miami Heat jersey. Yeah, you laugh, but it's true. Like
I know efficiency rate, PER, 3-point percentage, plus minus. I get you. I got you.
The style of basketball, he literally transformed the way he played. He was an MVP 2 times before coming to Miami, and he transformed the way. Think about that. That's like Tom Brady leaving after 5 Super Bowls
and becoming a running back
and changing his entire philosophy on how to play quarterback. That's what LeBron did in Miami, and it brought out a better version of him, which is why in 2012 and 2013, he had the best seasons of his career. And then when he went back to Cleveland, he had to be more of the guy who had the ball in his hands on every single possession and had to lead the team, and it dropped down his efficiency numbers. Doesn't mean that they were bad seasons. Effing amazing still, but they don't compare to what he did in 2012 and 2013. They don't. They do not.
PER, I got you.
Well, you keep dismissing PER. That happens to be a widely accepted stat right now. Like that out of all the advanced analytics, that's but that's not. I mean, that's an efficiency rating. Like that. That's not goofball. And I'm not
nerds that sit in the office, and I've watched him carry teams, and I've watched him not carry teams.
But the question is pretty basic. Would you rather have an efficient player or a less efficient player out on the court?
I'd rather have 2016 LeBron over 2012 LeBron.
Because there's a way to measure it. There's a way to measure efficiency, which is why they measure it. Because to have a player playing more efficiently is more beneficial than a player playing less efficiently.
Would you rather have 2016 or 2012 LeBron? I would take 2016.
Right. I think you're splitting hairs. And that's my argument there, because what would I be doing there in 2012 saying that there's another version of LeBron that I'd rather have? Like that.
I know that's probably better because he didn't have the help he had, and Kyrie Irving and them boys in Cleveland weren't doing what Bosh and Wade did for him.
But you make an argument.
PER, whatever you want, fellas. He was better when he made that Cleveland run than he was when they made the Heat run. And I watched JJ Barea choke him out in Dallas in 2011.
He was forced to do more in Cleveland because of the makeup of that team.
He was forced to.
Right.
Yeah, because he had more help down here.
Correct.
So if you're forced to be the guy and be above and beyond and still go win a chip, you're going to tell me that the guy that you said, your words, is forced to go be the dude and still win a chip is better than the guy that had Wade and Bosch with him with all the help, one of the best coaches, Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame GM. He's better than what I saw in 2016 when they came back from 3-1 down to a legacy team. That guy 12 is better than 16. Hawk, y'all are crazy.
It's not that guy 12 is better than 16. What I'm saying is it's a ridiculous argument to look at the 2012 season or any of the seasons that LeBron was in Miami and say, oh, unequivocally, I want the Cleveland 2017 version of LeBron. It's crazy because you keep giving all this weird context about Shane Battier. Like, you're giving a little bit of extra weight to Shane Battier than maybe he deserves. While it was great to round out the team, you're also dismissing Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, who are two Hall of Famers.
Kevin Love. Is Kevin Love better than Chris Bosh?
But that's not the question.
No. So you said Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
They're
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving.
He played with two Hall of Famers in Miami and three if you include Ray Allen, I guess. And he played with two in Cleveland.
Who was his coach in Miami?
Spo.
Who was his coach in Cleveland?
David Blatt.
David Blatt.
Ty Lue. I was just
Come on, guy. Like, I don't. This
By
is
the way,
crazy. And we are splitting hairs.
No.
16 was more impressive than 12.
But you're saying that the thing that floats it to your favor of him having a better season is because Ty Lue was the coach and not Eric Spoelstra?
No. It's because points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game, and that he did not have Eric Spoelstra as a coach, and that he did not have Pat Riley as his GM, and that he had not have Chris Bosh or Dwayne Wade. He had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. There's a lot of ands to this. That 16 was a more impressive year for an athlete by LeBron, second best to ever touch a basketball, than 12, 11, 10, 13, whatever you want to bring up.
That was a more impressive season.
And it was a more impressive year for him. I watched the games.
I'm not certain what anyone is disagreeing here, but I know that you're diminishing stats when they aren't in your favor and you're playing up stats when they are in your favor.
Efficiency rates and PERs? What are we talking about?
That's the if you're getting to a granular level, don't you want to know who's more efficient on the court?
Shooting percentage, points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game, blocks per game.
Okay, and when they're all pretty well equal, would you rather know who's more efficient on the court?
When you know the fact of what year wins all those, why do you now have to go to PER?
Because wouldn't you like to know if he's having a more efficient season? Because to Solana's point, I could hold up Michael Beasley's numbers in, I don't know, Minnesota or wherever, where he is just a looter in a riot. But wouldn't you like to know someone's efficiency on the court rather than just how many points they put up on a crappy team?
It's like in the NFL, just because one quarterback throws for more passing yards in a season and for more touchdowns does not make them the better quarterback. A lot of times it does. Drew Brees, Hall of Famer, won a Super Bowl. But just because Drew Brees threw for more passing yards and threw for more touchdowns than Tom Brady in a season did not make him the better quarterback. Tom Brady was the more efficient quarterback. Tom Brady, we knew, was the better quarterback because of efficiency metrics. Like, you could do this across sports. And by the way,
No, you
for the
can't.
record,
They can have good defenses. They don't have to score but 21 points a game. It's nuance to all of this stuff.
Well, it's context, but you want
It's very
context in part of your
It's come
argument,
on,
but you
man.
don't want context in other parts
I
of your argument.
do want context, but for throw out efficiency and PERs. What are we talking about?
But you're counting.
Okay.
Listen. You're counting as context on your plus side
Yeah.
that he had weaker teammates in Cleveland, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're taking teammates and counting it as a negative for him in Miami.
Okay, so his PER was 30 and 31 in Miami. It was 30, 27, 28, 25, 26, 24, 22, 20. That's what makes the difference is the PER?
Well, I don't know what makes the difference.
I
I'm
don't
just
even know
saying
what
it's-
PER means because nobody does other than people that want to make an argument about
an
LeBron
efficiency
being
rate.
better in Miami.
It's someone being efficient on the basketball
It's not
court.
being efficient. This is ridiculous.
Literally in the title.
What does PER stand for?
player efficiency rating.
It's literally in
I
the
hate it.
title. It's an efficiency
I
stat.
hate it.
Well, you can hate it. That's fine. But it's a stat literally derived to measure someone's efficiency on the court.
By the way, Crowder, just for the official record, I would take Dwayne Wade in 2008, 2009, that season over any of LeBron's seasons.
But his plus minus in at Cleveland in 28, 29 is the highest double of somebody. It's 870.
That's why this
So
is
let's
so
plus
funny.
minus.
That's
you
why
want a
this
plus minus? Let's
LeBron
find
has PER season.
random. Let's find random numbers to
But
judge people's career off
here's
of.
the thing. Plus minus is not a random number, and PER is not a random number.
So why doesn't Solana bring up his
Neither-
plus minus being the highest the 2 times he was in Cleveland in his entire career? I'm looking at it right now.
Agreed. The first stint, his best PER numbers, the
Yeah.
first 2 seasons.
But you didn't bring that up.
Well, we weren't talking about those seasons.
We
though.
weren't.
I know. No, you were talking about a figure. No.
That's what makes your argument flawed.
No,
which is
my
you're talking
argument is
about-
not flawed. 618 and 570.
But if you're talking about
Come on,
2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, then you only have to look at plus
Okay.
minus over those 6 seasons.
So we're talking about LeBron in
I'm willing to look at his entire career, but I don't think anybody would say that
15,
LeBron
16 was 618.
Can't be one of the seasons that doesn't end in a championship.
What year do you love with the Heat, Solana? 12, 11?
No, 2012, 13.
12, 13.
Which look up any article,
Okay.
any single article by anybody who knows anything about basketball,
Okay.
and they
Well-
rank that his best season of his career. Just from
The plus
from a pure
minus is not the highest in his career. The
Again,
efficiency
I didn't
rating,
say
let me
that
find the
that's the only
efficiency
one.
rating.
But how does it compare to the 2016-17 season that you're talking about?
It's
Because
better.
that's the one that you're talking about.
It's better. I looked it up. It's higher.
It is higher. 200
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
But
I'll
the
take
points per
a
game,
W.
but is the points per game lower, Solana, or are you trying to find a narrative? I know how to do this. I argue for a living.
Well, it doesn't sound like it because I just think you're ass.
Oh, what is he doing? Like I know what you're doing, Solana.
No, but you're doing the same
arguing-
thing. You're both
We're
taking
both
you're both
taking-
taking particular stats, but then the stats he says, which are advanced, you're just saying, someone made those up. But that's not reality. It's an actual stat that measures either PER, your efficiency, or plus minus, how good you happen to be doing on the court in that particular game.
And I'm not dismissing the stats, like the regular stats. I'm not dismissing them. But if we're going to have a proper conversation,
If we're going to talk about
about
numbers, you have to
LeBron
find
James.
one that leans your way.
Well, no, if you're splitting hairs, then you have to get as granular as possible, which is what the advanced stats do.
I have a granular in my eye, and I watch what he did in Cleveland in 16.
But then you can't look at what he did in Miami and say, oh, I didn't see greatness. I saw
was
Spo, Bosch, Ray
I
Allen, and Shane Battier.
went to that playoff series. I paid $7,000 for 2 seats. I watched that as well.
You spent the whole time in Hyde.
And you walked out saying
Yeah,
to
I spent it
yourself,
in Hyde.
man, is he lucky to
No,
have
no.
Shane Battier and Spo?
I said, damn, he's a bad man. And then I watched how he carried Cleveland to a championship a couple years later.
But I don't think anyone's arguing that. He had a more impressive championship in Cleveland with that team that didn't deserve to win a championship. But that's a completely different argument than what we've been having.
Thank you.
But we agreed on that 30 minutes ago.
Thank you.
Why didn't you say thank you 30 minutes ago when we all agreed that that was the most impressive championship?
Dummy with no undershirt on didn't agree, so I had to keep going.
He did agree.
It's the first thing I said.
He did agree.
Hey, I talk about PERs.
Well, see, you keep doing that again when you don't understand what a PER is.
I don't even know what PR stands for.
We already
but I
covered
know what
it 3 minutes
basketball.
ago.
I
3
watch
minutes ago.
basketball.
All right. We are so out of time.
Don't blame me. Blame Tom Dummerstro over here.
No, blame PER man.
Oh, God. What an awful conversation. I mean,
Terrible.
Just awful. No,
I enjoyed it.
It was because of you. You can't say terrible. You made it an awful conversation. Your conversation was awful. Your argument.
I watch
advanced
basketball.
stats. By the way, I hate advanced stats. I am the least analytical person when it comes to watching basketball, but I can't dismiss actual numerical data, even if I don't want to use it. I can't just say, oh, it's made up numbers, because it's based off actual numbers. It's not made up numbers.
What's his shooting percentage? What's his shooting percentage when his toenails aren't clipped?
Well, if there was data for that, you wouldn't be able to argue it.
Let's look into it.
But do you think that's as important as efficiency on the court?
Efficiency in whose eyes?
Well, I mean, you don't really know what efficiency is. Yeah, I don't know what to do here.
Basketball.
Somebody says this is like Crowder arguing that his work ethic isn't what got him to the NFL. That's an all-timer.
Basketball.
Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Durrell Kia. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com. Like, we have to go to break and not come back till 4 o'clock.
Yeah. By the way, LeBron's been eliminated for the playoffs for like a month. The Knicks.
It all came down to Crowder going eye test. That 35 minutes of conversation about analytics and advanced analytics came down to eye test.
Well, what he's doing is
what if his PER was great this year?
Right, but that's what he's doing. Advanced analytics don't matter. Which is I know that's
he
your
was
stance,
plus
and
119. He was plus 119
but it's just
efficiency.
And I'm not the guy that's like advanced analytics mean everything. I'm not that guy.
Keeps going. I'm done. I'm done. He keeps going, Hawk. I'm done.
Pretending like
here he goes.
Any of the advanced analytics shouldn't be mentioned in a conversation about which seasons were better between a specific player is just dumb. Like, it's genuinely just dumb.
We'll ask Coach L tomorrow. He'll tell you, because I have a feeling Coach L is a big believer in efficiency ratings, and I have a feeling he's a big believer in plus minus.
Keep that same energy, though, Crowder, tomorrow. Don't switch up your argument.
I'm done.
Tonight,
I'm
OKC,
done.
OKC versus the Spurs and the Marlins. You can listen to them right here. They're going to play at 7 o'clock up in Toronto. They'll play the Blue Jays. They've won 4 straight. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 90 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the upper 70s, but don't worry about those numbers. If you don't want to, make up your own temperature numbers. Doesn't matter.
No, that's fine. What does it feel like temperature or the shadow temperature?
That's my argument all the time, is the feels like temperature.
What's the temperature under the cloud other than out of the cloud? Let's find something to do. Tree temperatures. Let's just find stuff to look at.
That weather report was brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
But let me ask you this.
I'm done.
Would you argue, Crowder, that whoever has the highest points per game average is the best player in the NBA?
The best scorer.
Okay, but different. But that's a different different
No.
question.
That's also dumb.
Well, but I know it is, and he knows it is as
No.
well.
Okay. How about points, rebounds, assists?
Okay, so whoever has the
What is
highest,
that up?
whoever has the highest points, rebounds, and assist totals is the best player in the NBA.
Yeah, probably. Yes. Let's look it up because I know Jokic kills it every year, and he wins MVPs. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's dropping 30, getting 6, maybe 5. That's 41 a
Russell
game.
Westbrook probably averaged.
Of course, Russell
He
Westbrook.
averaged a triple double
He
for
averaged a
one season,
triple-double.
and I don't think anyone would
And
call him
he
the best
was
player
one of
in
the-
the league.
He was one of the top 3 players
One
back when
of.
he was averaging triple doubles.
One of. All right, we got to take a
Top
break. here
3.
because
I'm
we
done.
really need to take a break.
See
30
what y'all
minutes
did?
ago. Yeah. Oh, we know what we did. Do you
See
know
what
you
y'all
did?
did?
You know what you did?
You know what you did?
No,
Cheetah
do you-
Pompano.
Do you know what you guys did?
Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game. They've got 4 stages of entertainment. There is a game tonight. There's actual basketball being played tonight. We haven't talked about it because I don't know what we just did for the last 48 minutes of that. We did that for 48 minutes.
You wanted a filibuster, right?
My God, I'm taking the next hour off. You guys figure out the 4:00 hour on your own because that was painful. You know, Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. Don't forget, if you're planning a bachelor party, there's no better place to have it than Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. You can get details online or at either of the clubs. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well and get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
They were just sitting in your house naked.
Oh, my God. Get us back on the air, for the love of God. Stock market report. Before we what? Stock market report is sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Mixed day on Wall Street. Dow Jones down 118 points. NASDAQ up 312 points. And the S&P 500 up 45 points. I had actual good stuff planned for today's show. I really did. The 3 o'clock hour that we just put on, if there was some way to go back in time, can I put a message on the podcast, like at the beginning of the podcast, saying, hey, a warning, please fast forward through the 3 o'clock hour? Like, can I be a voice from the future on the podcast so that no one ever has to relive? So no one, there can't be a single person on the planet who enjoyed the previous hour of radio that we put on. And then
oh no, I'm reading the thread.
Well, then that thread is with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, because it can't be a thread of thriving, brain-alive human beings. There can't be a single person. And then we had the gall to end the commercials, something blah, 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 the legendary WQAM. After what we just did to this radio station for an entire hour, to call this station legendary is a huge disservice to the word legendary. So I would like to go and forget that the 3 o'clock hour ever happened. I'd like to move on with my life. Somebody puts on the chat, I took a 30-minute nap. I see that was a good decision. You have no idea, sir. Literally the best decision you ever made. You are the person. That is a better decision than someone who got off an airplane that ended up crashing. That's how good your decision was to take a nap. So I appreciate anyone who has stuck with us through that hour. I actually tendered my resignation. It was declined by all the higher ups. They said, we understand.
But we're not accepting.
But they declined it. They said not at this time.
It's funny because that's the show I want to be doing every day.
I saw one person on the chat go, "What? We don't tune in for sports talk. What is going on here?" Moving along. We will never address that again. We have done this 3 times in our radio career. Solana reminded me. The first time was when he first started on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And you and he had a debate over you and he had a debate over basketball IQ. Whose was better, LeBron's or KD's? I'm not relitigating. Don't I see your eyes lighting up?
He's ready to talk.
Get it up. No one. That happened.
But he said they
No.
had
That was 8 or 9 years ago. It ended up going an hour. There were no victors, only losers. We didn't learn our lesson. And Crowder and I had that debate about Zion Williamson about 4 or 5 years later. And there were no winners and no losers. No, there were only losers. There were no winners. That debate I'm willing to revisit if you guys want, because I feel vested in that debate. And then we did it again in the last segment. And that is it. That 3 strikes and you're out. We have a 3 strikes and you're out policy. It will never happen again as long as this show goes on. That will never happen again.
I'm down.
Let's
17-18.
Let's all acknowledge.
28-99.
I don't even want to bring this up again with Coach L. I don't want to have Ira on. I don't want to ever bring this up again.
Okay.
I want to pretend. I want, like the Men in Black neuralizer, I want the 3 o'clock hour to have never existed. I will declare myself the victor in that and the Zion Williamson debate, and we will move on forevermore.
LeBron said 17 was his best year. I'm gonna go with the guy that plays.
I think we're all in agreement that was the most impressive year.
No, it wasn't because 17.
Oh, here we go. Look,
I'm
look.
not
You
doing
see,
it. I'm not
you
doing
see,
it.
you see
That
what
was
he
a
wants to
test.
do?
I was
No,
testing you.
I'm not
I
debating.
was
He
testing.
wants
No,
to
no,
do
no,
it.
no. You're debating.
He didn't win the title that year.
Doesn't
He
it-
didn't win the title that
Well,
year.
that's what he's talking about.
No, he's not. He's talking about the year after he won the title, which is why you can't take his word for it, because it's patently absurd that LeBron James would say the best year of his career was the
I'm
year he
done.
didn't win the
I'm
title.
done, Hawk.
We're all
I'm done.
We're
I'm
all
done.
done.
I'm
We
done.
are
He
all
wants to
done.
sit and he wants to sit
We
and scream
are done.
with his overgrown beard and his little collared shirt with no undershirt.
All done. Everyone's done. Stop looking at me like
My
you, no.
overgrown beard.
Yeah,
Your goatee is
Abe
8
Lincoln.
inches.
Hey, Abe Lincoln. That's not the track. All right. That's it. We're putting it behind us.
Okay.
Jimmy, give us a new topic.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
All right, fair enough. And
Okay.
God bless you for not paying attention, by the way, because I wish I could say the same thing about the last hour. Headlines. We're going to do a quick look at the headlines,
Mhm.
and then we're going to play Talk About It Tuesday. And it's not, if there's a single basketball topic, I will jump on you.
Dive on him.
I will punish you in a way you've never been punished.
There
is not a single, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
It has nothing to do with players on the
Does
court.
it have to do with a round ball
No.
that says Wilson?
No.
Anything to do with that sport?
Yes.
Then you cannot ask that question.
But trust me, it's good.
No,
Trust me.
no,
and it has nothing
no,
to do. It won't lead to
no,
any sort of debate
no.
about players
Mm-mm.
or coaches or anything. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There will be a payoff. Trust me.
All right, I just had to cancel Talk About It Tuesday.
Okay.
So we will not have that either.
Okay.
I wish I'd have came in today.
Oh, I wish you were here today too.
I know, because little spicy master over here wouldn't be talking slick if I was in the studio.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
I have a couple good topics that'll veer us away
All right.
from
Please,
this.
please.
Yeah. You guys see Kenny Atkinson, though, is being retained by
He
the
is being
Cavs?
retained. There was some notion that maybe they would fire him after a abysmal performance against the Knicks.
Right.
That was embarrassing.
That's the same Cavs team, though, that disposed of the Heat in epic fashion last season.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a lot of talent on that team. For them to get swept was crazy.
That was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing, and they didn't show up yesterday.
They
Like
quit.
that was
They quit.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But we saw that with the Heat. If I remember correctly, the Heat didn't show up game 4 against the Cavs.
Game
What did
3
the
or
Heat-
4.
Yeah.
The Heat lost by what, 50?
I think they lost by 79 points.
Yeah, the game 4 was ugly.
And I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, happen to believe that was the Heat's best playoff series ever. And I'm talking specifically analytically.
PER.
Well, you guys may think I'm crazy, but I happen to think the Miami Heat in a best-of-7 series, this year's Miami Heat team, in a best-of-7 series, would have beaten the New York Knicks.
All right.
Hawk, I'm done. I'm done, Hawk.
Yeah, I'm not biting.
Anybody watching the stream, I'm putting my hands up. I'm done.
I'm not biting.
Okay. Because matchup-wise,
Mm-hmm.
the Heat would have been a problem. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Who's going to guard Jalen Brunson?
We're not doing this.
Okay.
By the way, who thought Jalen Brunson could be the one on a championship team?
The Mavericks had Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson on their team. And here we are. Luka's been to a finals,
Right.
no longer on the team. Jalen Brunson now headed to a finals, no longer on the team.
But who in their right mind thought Jalen Brunson, because it's the Bam argument or whatever, you'd go, hey, Brunson could be a 2 with a really good 1, maybe a 3 on a good, big 3. He's the one. He's it. that team revolves around him, and they're great.
Yep. I never thought it, Hawk. To your point, I'd never seen Jalen Brunson play and think he's going to carry a team to the finals. But he does. Like I love his game now, but I've seen it.
But is he a true one? Well, hear me out, because remember, and I know these teams are different in style of play, but remember the Pistons teams in the early 2000s, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, he wore the face mask, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. That five. Chauncey Billups was the one on that team, right? But was he Kobe Bryant? Was he LeBron James? Was he, at the time, I don't know, Allen Iverson? No, he was great and an elite playoff performer, and the five of those players were good enough to win a title.
They're a good team. They're a deep team. There's no question.
Yeah.
But there's something special about him where you watch Brunson. I never got that feeling with Chauncey Billups. Fair analogy. I just never got that feeling with Chauncey Billups. When I watch Jalen Brunson, I feel like it's a guy who takes control of a game and just does what he wants.
It's the clutch thing where, like last Obi-Wan Kenobi played great last night or a couple nights ago. Like they have like Hawk said, they are very deep. But if they're down by 2, I know Jalen Brunson's about to go get 2. And I don't know why I feel that way. I didn't feel that way about Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, their first 5, like their starting 5 is
deep.
Still got the Spurs and 5. And
I have
OKC
the Spurs beating the Knicks, but I have the Knicks winning if it's OKC in the finals.
No chance.
You think
the
Spurs are about to beat OKC?
I think the Spurs are going to get past OKC, yes. I also think if OKC does win that series, the Knicks will beat OKC.
I think OKC wins this series and OKC wins the championship.
I think we anointed OKC as a dynasty before it was their time.
Hawk, Jay Will's not even playing.
And
they're
the
still
the Pacers took them to 7. And I think the Knicks are better than the Pacers.
Yeah.
I would agree. The Knicks are better than the Pacers.
So the World Cup is weeks away, June 11th.
Yeah.
All 48 base camps for all the World Cup nations, all the teams playing, were finalized. They were released. So the base camp is basically where teams will set up their base. They'll practice in between games.
There's one in Boca.
Right. So I was going to ask you, Hawk, if you knew, there's 2 in Florida, I believe, only 2, maybe 3. But the one in Boca, did you see who's going to be in Boca? Curacao.
Yeah.
Will be in Boca at Florida Atlantic.
Yes. I will be there. I'm an ambassador for Boca.
Curacao is beautiful.
I've been.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You've been to Curacao?
Yes.
Wow. That's not like a country you typically hear people have gone to. It's just bizarre.
Well, I've gone to Aruba several times. It is a hop, skip, and a jump away from Aruba.
Yeah. Curacao is nice. I've been there as well.
It's a Dutch
colony.
Dutch colony, and it looks like Amsterdam. You know, if you see the port. Yeah. But anyway, I will be welcoming them to Boca. I have a lot planned for my Curacao visitors.
What you got planned?
I'm going to take them to P.F. Chang's on Glades. I want them to experience Amerasian cuisine. I'm taking them to Flakowitz on Federal so that they can enjoy a bagel and a schmear. And what else?
You gotta give them some avocado toast.
I'm going to take them to Italiano for some avocado toast.
Of course.
And
Aperol Spritz.
Aperol Spritz, of course. And I probably will take them to the iPic for a movie.
That's Meisner?
At Meisner, yes, correct.
Okay.
All right. Anything else in the headlines? Because I won't have time for Talk About It Tuesday.
Tonight, OKC and San Antonio. It'll be game 5. And then the Marlins, who have won 4 consecutive games, and they're playing great ball right now. The Marlins are. They'll try to take 2 in a row versus the Toronto Blue Jays. The game is being played up in Toronto. First pitch will be at 7:07 at the weird start times up in Toronto. They do everything weird in Canada.
It's because of the exchange rate.
Right.
Mm.
You can listen to the game on FM 104.3 WQAM. Our friend Jack McMullen was at a Tim Hortons yesterday.
That's right.
Timmy Hose.
They got into Toronto, sent me a picture off the team bus, driving by the Timmy Hose. Marlins have won 4 straight. They got a little something working, and Sandy's on the mound tonight. So
Coffee in the afternoon, though? Come on, man.
Oh, I love coffee in the afternoon.
Then you stay up late. And, I like rest.
Tell your body, not now. If you can have fettuccine Alfredo in the afternoon and stay awake through that, I don't think a cup of coffee is going to affect you.
I don't like afternoon coffee. It keeps me up.
Right now in South Florida, as we get to weather, it's 88 degrees. It'll be in the upper 70s tonight. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. June 1st, right? Is day one of hurricane season.
You're right.
Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
All right. Talk about it Tuesday in the next segment. I think we have cleansed ourselves in Lake Minnetonka from the 3 o'clock hour. I feel like we're moving along as if it never happened. So, again, no one bring it up. And no one. Are you wearing a Portugal shirt, Jimmy? What does that say there?
I am wearing a Portugal shirt.
Somebody puts on the chat that Portugal will be in Palm Beach Gardens. Is that true?
Let me double check.
I do not know.
I have it open right here. Portugal will be in Santa Barbara. Oh, no. Palm Beach Gardens.
Really?
Gardens North
at
County
the Gardens Mall?
District Park.
Oh, thought maybe at the Gardens Mall. It's a very nice mall.
I just thought it was funny. Uruguay is going to be in Playa del Carmen, which is in like the Cancun area. It's like 30 minutes south of Cancun.
Anybody who's been on a cruise has been there. Playa del Carmen?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one
Carmen
of those stops.
Beach.
That's right. Very good.
Spain will be at the Baylor School in Chattanooga.
Tennessee?
Yeah, like there's just some funny ones. Norway will be in Greensboro, North Carolina. And that's pretty much it for the funny ones. But
Curacao and Boca, though. That's cool. Curacao in a good group?
They will not be making out of that group.
You don't even know who's in the group?
I don't know who's in the group. They will not be making out of that group.
All right, fair enough.
It's a little bitty country.
Curacao, very small.
Yeah, they can't make too many athletes.
That's actually why I'm going to visit them in Boca. I think I might be able to make the World Cup squad.
You go get some time.
What do they got here, Coach? They got a lot of running. Is there a lot of running involved in this? All right, Talk About It Tuesday is next. I want to tell you about my good friends and the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. Doral Kia. I mean, whenever you want a low price, you know you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito all month long, a Pricito de Mayo all month long. There's a few days left in May. Right now on popular Kia models like a new 26 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5 Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today because you don't want to miss your chance to save on a new Kia. Mitchell, the Kia boss, and his entire staff will take great care of you. They took great care of the Hochmans. My son DJ bought his Kia K4 from Mitchell and his staff at Doral Kia with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or start shopping for your Pricito de Mayo right now at DoralKia.com.
This is Hawk, Crowder, and Solana.
You know who never just kind of mails it in?
Oh,
The Costco guys. I'm so mad at everyone on this show. Because
Not
I had
me.
actual fun stuff to talk about today. And also, if you look at the show sheet, on this day in 2017, Abducted in Plain Sight premiered on Netflix. You guys stole an hour's worth of Broberg from me for this ridiculous debate that you had. I'm just, this day, the Broberg Day, comes around once a year.
Mhm.
And you guys stole it from me and all the listeners.
What would you be willing to do to get it back?
I recorded a warning during this last commercial break for the podcast specifically. So anyone who listens to the podcast, downloads the podcast, they're going to get a message from me before anything, before the big open of the show, saying, do not listen to the 3 o'clock hour, and it's not a joke. I'm saving you 48 minutes of your life.
Come on, Broberg.
I mean, you guys stole Broberg. Play the big open for Talk About It Tuesday, Jimmy, or else I'm going to get too far along in this.
No problem.
Now,
On Tuesdays,
I think I scared Jimmy there. I saw the look on his face.
A little
talk
bit.
about it.
3 restaurants to eat at for the rest of your life.
Talk about it.
How often are you changing your toothbrush?
Talk about it.
Pecan or pecan?
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Talk About It Tuesday is sponsored by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family. All right, Solana, impress us.
I think I have some solid topics. I want to start, though, with Bryce Harper because...
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to start with basketball IQ or efficiency ratings.
I was going to start with if you could only have Donovan Mitchell or Giannis Antetokounmpo, pick one. But my entire argument, I bleep you not, was based on analytics.
Yeah.
So we won't go down that.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Please don't.
We'll save it when Hawks off, Crowder. Bryce Harper is going viral for posting a video of how he brushes his teeth. Now, I don't know if this was rage bait, truthfully. I don't know. But he posted a video. He brushes his teeth, and before he applies the toothpaste onto the actual...
Well, he doesn't
Right.
apply the toothpaste onto the toothbrush.
He just squirts it into his mouth and then puts the toothbrush into his mouth.
Takes the tube of toothpaste, squirts a little into his mouth, and then brushes it.
Yeah. So my question to you guys is, what is the correct way? What is the proper way
Not that way.
to brush
No.
your teeth?
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. I got a text from my son earlier today. I shared it with you guys. He wrote, hit the Bryce Harper method on toothpaste today. Worst decision ever. This Bryce Harper, he's affecting people. That is not the proper way. Now, I will tell you, the proper way, though, to apply toothpaste to your toothbrush is to wet the toothbrush first. You put the toothbrush under the water, then you apply the toothpaste.
But then do you wet the toothpaste again
Yeah.
or putting it in your mouth? Because
No, I don't think so.
so you're going
I-
just straight raw dog.
I raw
toothpaste.
dog the toothpaste.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's wrong. You go toothbrush, toothpaste, then water, then application to tooth.
And then what about the people who are done brushing their teeth, they rinse the toothbrush, and then they just splash a little water into their mouth? I got to
go
have a
ma-
cup.
A cup.
No, you cup the you got to cup the hand.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That's ridiculous. The people who just splash the water into their
It's
mouth.
not splashing the water. You cup the hand and you pour.
No,
You're
you have a
not
cup.
throwing
You have
water at your eye.
You have a cup next to.
But what do you mean,
the
like
sink.
a Flanagan's cup?
No, I mean, it could be. Do you know what a cup is?
But you're telling me
Un vaso. I don't know how else to say it.
you're telling me you have a cup sitting next to your faucet
Yes.
And once you're done brushing your teeth, you wash the toothbrush, you place it back, your Logan Morrison toothbrush holder.
Yes.
And then you grab a cup, fill it with water, pour it into your mouth, spit out the water.
Correct.
And then place the cup back on the sink.
Correct.
Do you clean the cup?
I mean, occasionally, sure. You get filth at the bottom of it. It's like any other cup.
So you just have a dirty cup after 3 days?
You don't have a cup? You don't have a cup in your bathroom?
Never.
Really?
I've never done that.
Oh, you people are dirty.
You're dirty. It's a
You're
3-day-old
dirty.
cup.
You're drinking out of your hand.
My hand's not. What did I
You
just do?
drink
Did
out
I
of
just
your
clean
hand
the,
at dinner?
I didn't just clean the whole.
Why don't you drink out of your hand at other times during the day?
Do you clean out of a 3-day-old cup?
Because
Do
it's
you
your
drink out
hand.
of a 3-day-old cup on Wednesday? Do you drink out of a cup you use Monday?
I would drink out of a 3-day-old cup before I would drink out of my hand.
Goodness gracious. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That's crazy that you drink out of your hand.
No, everybody does that. You
No.
just you cup. And really, the best way to do it, Crowder, I don't know if you would agree, is while your mouth still has like toothpaste remnants in it, you wash the toothbrush, you dry it, and you place it back on the holder, and then you go double cup.
Oh, you want to make sure you get the dirt off both hands.
You dry your toothbrush?
Of course.
How do you dry your toothbrush?
With what?
What do you mean with what? With a towel.
Really?
Don't laugh at me, cup boy.
I've never done that before. Everybody has a cup in their bathroom.
Nobody has a
Everyone.
cup in their bathroom.
Everyone.
No,
I bet
people
you if
don't
you
cup.
polled
Everyone.
1 billion people, 1 billion people.
I mean, they literally sell bathroom sets. That's a toothbrush holder, a cup, a soap holder. Like that's a normal thing to have in the bathroom.
Nobody uses the cup.
Well, you can debate that.
You know
but
what people
everyone's
use the
got a
cup for? They use the cup to just put their toothbrush there. They
Well, then
end
what
up
do you
just
use
using
the
the cup.
toothbrush holder
You
for?
don't
Your
use
cup?
the toothbrush holder.
So Monday you drink out of the cup,
Yes.
and then Tuesday you drink out of the same cup.
Yes. And let me just double check this though. Monday you drink out of your hand,
Yes.
and Tuesday you drink out of that same hand.
Yes.
I got you.
And
And you wipe your
Wednesday
butt.
and Thursday
You
and
wipe your
Friday.
butt using that hand.
Yes. The
'Cause
same
I don't.
hand.
I don't wipe my butt using the cup that I.
Right, but if I'm gonna
that same hand that you wipe your butt with, you eat your burger with, and avocado toast.
I mean, not the way that I pour the cup of water into my hand.
I don't want to speak for Crowder because I'm sure Crowder doesn't. But after I wipe my ass, I wash my hands. If I'm going to be throwing anything into my mouth or if I'm going to be going to bed, I always wash my hands at home.
You don't think I wash my hands after I go number 2?
I do not. You can't throw us an alley-oop that easy.
There is 0% chance.
Yeah.
Crowder at home washes his hands after the bathroom.
I would say
I don't wash my hands after 1, but 2 I wash my hands.
my guess is the three of you who do not use a cup have a greater chance of ingesting fecal matter using your hand cups than I have using my actual cup.
That gets washed how many times a week?
A week? I mean, maybe once every 3 months.
But you're ingesting
your cup that you put water in your mouth.
Yes.
You don't wash it, but every 3 months?
Like, yeah, if I start to see some filth at the bottom of it.
That's ridiculous, Hawk.
But you're ingesting mold and mildew.
There's no mold in mildew. And when there is, I wash it.
Of course there is.
No,
After a day of just some water sitting in that cup, the amount of bacteria that you're ingesting, I'd rather ingest my own fecal matter.
Well,
What?
you are.
No, see, I hate when I'm on his side because then he says stuff like that.
All right, we have to move on. Actually, that's going to be it. We don't have time for anything. I didn't ask you, Jimmy. Jimmy, what's the proper way to brush your teeth?
You wet the toothbrush,
Mm-hmm.
put the toothpaste, wet the toothpaste, and
Oh,
then put
you
it in
wet
my mouth.
twice.
Oh, you
Yes.
double wet.
Double wet.
Double wet.
I double wet too.
You double wet?
I double wet.
What kind of toothpaste do you use?
The cheapest one.
Really?
Whatever's on sale at Publix, BOGO.
But is it like name brand stuff or is it?
Yeah, to be honest, it's whatever's gun sensitivity and it's on sale.
Sensitive
because my gums are an issue.
Well, how about you stop swallowing water with your fecal crusted hand to protect your gums?
I don't understand. I wake up.
Yeah.
First thing I do is I pee.
Right.
Wash my hands.
Yeah.
Then I go brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Literally. That's
Your hands are clean.
Right. But what about at night when you brush your teeth at night?
I never get into bed without showering, number one.
Yeah.
And before I get into bed, I shower, then I go wash my hands. Then I go brush my teeth. My hands are clean. I just showered.
I don't know. Did you clean your butt?
Y'all really you brush your teeth twice a day?
Yeah. Are you joking?
What?
No,
Sometimes
man. I can't eat in the bed and eat a Jolly Ranchers and now brush my teeth.
You're going to bed. You're falling asleep without brushing your teeth.
What toothpaste do you use?
For me, right now it's watermelon.
Is that?
I don't know if you know, but that's not toothpaste. That's a fruit.
I use whatever toothpaste that my kids are using. And right now it's watermelon.
What toothpaste do you use, Jimmy?
Colgate.
Well, the proper answer is Aquafresh. That's all I use.
Really?
And I have to order it off Walmart.com because you can't find it anywhere.
Aquafresh?
Aquafresh. AIM. I don't even know if they make AIM anymore. Do they make it anymore?
I'm a big AIM fan.
AIM. Aquafresh is my toothpaste of choice.
I'm not kidding. I walk into a friend's house. Maybe I'd stayed the night. They have Aquafresh.
Yeah.
I'm definitely judging their decision making.
That's the most fancy toothpaste that there is.
It's not.
You can see through the cap and you get to see all the colors.
Huck, and maybe you stayed the night. What are you?
I didn't say that. Don't
you
put
just
that on me.
You just you sleep over people's houses accidentally.
Don't put that on me.
Solana, you stay the night at people's houses?
I don't want to get too deep into this. I mean, I don't want to talk about this.
Do you know what Aquafresh is?
Aquafresh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toothpaste.
Yeah. All right. I just know because
Colgate,
it's visually very pleasing.
Rembrandt, and I'm missing one.
AIM.
Aquafresh. It's got 3 colors.
That's a good
You know why?
toothpaste.
Right, because I don't see color like you guys.
Sensodyne. Sensodyne is mine.
My toothpaste lives in harmony together. The colors of my toothpaste live in harmony together. You guys can't say that. I bet your toothpaste is all white.
Sure is.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, I bet your toothpaste is all white.
Guaranteed.
Clear.
We already know what Crowder's toothpaste is, and I can't repeat it.
AIM.
All right, 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up. I think we made up for the 3 o'clock hour with the 4 o'clock hour here. I feel like we did.
You're brushing your teeth with Spumoni.
It's not Spumoni, but it was a great joke. But I think you meant
Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah, like yeah. But it's not even that. Wasn't it something else that you're thinking of? The
No, Neapolitan.
Yeah, but there's what is Spumoni?
Spumoni is the 3 flavors, but then it has like
maybe you are right.
Cherry.
Oh, you are right. I think it is. Yeah, Spumoni. Yeah. Oh no,
yeah, pistachio, cherry, chocolate.
Yeah. That's funny.
Nobody knows Spumoni. Nobody knows Spumoni.
All right, 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up next.
If your garage door is outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready, you can't wait. You got to call Allied Doors. I'm telling y'all, hurricane season's right around the corner. Call Allied Doors. Protect your home. Upgrade your home with the new garage doors. Don't be that beautiful home. You know it. If I'm talking about your neighbors, you know it. If you don't know, they say if you're the market at the table, you don't know you're the market at the table. Don't be the beautiful home, the well-kept yard with the garbage garage doors. You have to call Allied Doors today. Serving South Florida since 1966. That's 60 years of trusted family-owned service. You have to call Allied Doors. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service, custom impact rated. They are built to protect and upgrade your home. And the LiftMaster openers, I got to tell you, when I was a kid, I thought every garage door took 45 seconds to get up and made that loud noise. You have to get a LiftMaster opener. My wife's investment properties have LiftMasters. Our personal home has LiftMasters, and we call Allied Doors. Go check out the LiftMasters, built to perform. Give Allied Doors a call today, 954-942-8550. That's 954-942-8550, or visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad and you get $300 off. You know I'm going to watch out for you. $300 off. Upgrade. Protect your home. Hurricane season is coming. Called Allied Doors today. Don't wait. 954-942-8550.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour. And it is brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where it feels like Dan Day should be hosting trivia tonight, but tonight's not Monday. Tonight happens to be Tuesday. And so if you go there for Dan Day to be hosting trivia tonight, you are not going to see him. You needed to be there last night. I did notice this, though, on the Funky Buddha Instagram page. Starting next Tuesday, they're having Mahjong nights at Funky Buddha. Do you know what Mahjong is?
I do.
You know what Mahjong is?
Yeah, that's the game with the little chips, right?
Yeah, like tiles.
My mom's part of a Mahjong group
Yes.
at Temple Betham.
So Mahjong, famously, from what I understand, is an old Jewish women's game.
Yeah.
Like when my grandma would play Mahjong.
Well, I mean, it's not. I believe it has Asian roots, does it not?
Yeah. But I'm saying old Jewish
Right.
women play Mahjong.
Right.
But I believe, obviously it has, because Funky Buddha is hosting a night.
Yeah.
It has had a resurgence among young people who like to get together and play Mahjong. And so they're having Mahjong nights are coming to Funky Buddha, and you can register. They're also doing lessons if you don't know how to play. So go to, just follow Funky Buddha on Instagram, Funky Buddha Tap Room on Instagram, and they're having Mahjong night starting next Tuesday, 6 till 8:30 p.m. I don't know how to play.
Me neither. I've been trying to bring canasta back. I love canasta.
It's canasta.
What's canasta?
It's not. It's canasta.
Canasta.
I play canasta.
Yeah, but it's canasta.
Canasta.
What is canasta?
You should host a canasta night at Funky Buddha.
I'm down, man.
Do you know how to play canasta?
Yeah, I really do.
That's another old Jewish women's game. That's like, they had like the old card rooms where the old ladies would meet to play cards. They would play canasta or mahjong.
Well, the men would get together, smoke cigars,
smoke a
drink
cigar.
whiskey,
Yeah,
and
that's how it was on the Titanic.
Talk politics. Yeah.
You're on the canasta side, huh, Solana?
Yeah, I have a lot of old Jewish women tendencies. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
I've got plenty myself.
Yeah.
Omar Kelly had texted, just to go back to the last segment here. He said, how do you let Solana just gloss over he spends the night at people's
It's crazy to me. Appreciate it,
as crazy as the conversation we were having, that didn't even register. Like that's how crazy it is that you guys are drinking out of your hands.
He just stays over people's homes. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know if it's cultural.
You've never gone. First of all, hold on. Hold on. Crowder once went on a work trip for Crowder Powder. And had his assistant stay in the room with him and his wife because they didn't want to pay a hotel room for the assistant.
But that was in the hotel.
Yeah, that's a hotel. That's a whole different level of rules.
That's weirder than me going to Atlanta and staying with my uncle. Like that's not that.
You made it sound like a random
show up.
friend. No, you made it sound like if I happen to be end up staying the way you said it wasn't like a planned visit with a relative.
Jimmy, you got extra room for me tonight?
No. You just show up to somebody's house and then you go to sleep?
If I showed up to your house tonight and I said, Crowder, I need a place to crash tonight, you'd let me in for sure.
No, we're grown people. We don't crash anymore. Like, you have to have a plan in life as a grown person.
But if he did, you're saying he went in the bathroom and had to drink out of his hand?
Oh man, you're not sleeping by the kids. You maybe could get on the couch.
You have to sleep out. You have to drink out of your hand at dinner. Where what's the cutoff for drinking out of your hand?
My favorite dentist texted me. There's a dentist. He's qualified to talk about this entire situation. He said, first, phenomenal talk about it Tuesday. Second, Channing will be in dentures by the time he is 55 with his Jolly Ranchers and no brushing at night.
I mean, he's eating 6 popsicles and then not brushing his teeth. Like, I mean, what's going on there?
Man, listen, these veneers don't rot.
That is true. I forgot you had veneers.
Just buy
Yeah,
more.
these are beautiful.
Buy more.
I paid too much money for these veneers to wash them twice a day. Like, that's right.
And then Dr. Encore says, always double wet the brush before and after paste application.
I wonder why, though.
But look at your gums and teeth. Like, these are the people that you've been with for years.
Both of you guys really should be disqualified from anything to do with teeth brushing.
about
No,
to
no,
say.
you too. Both of you should be disqualified from that.
Solana, we don't need to talk to our dentist about this.
If you guys want to have a conversation about hair, I'll disqualify myself. But if it's about teeth brushing, I've got to disqualify you too.
Yeah. Then hair, Solana's forehead is getting very, very large.
That's true. I might have to disqualify him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this running narrative that I have a big forehead on this show, but I literally, I think, and I do have a big forehead. I'm not denying that, but I think I have the smallest forehead on this show because, Crowder, your hairline starts almost at the back of your head. Hawk has no hair, and Jimmy doesn't comb his hair, but if he did, like a normal person.
comb my hair.
No.
If he did, you'd see that
Do
Jimmy's
you comb it with a comb, a brush, or just your hand?
a cup.
Jimbo. You know I love you, Jimbo. Your hairline got me.
Brush.
Oh, Jimmy.
His brush he uses to brush his teeth. His hand is a cup, and his toothbrush he uses for his hair.
yeah, Jimmy. You in the Solana camp, Jimbo.
Nah, I don't think so.
Anyway, Funky Buddha tonight. You can watch a little basketball tonight at Funky Buddha. Enjoy yourself a little Pineapple Beach. Pineapple Beach Blonde Ale is back for summer season. This tropical and refreshing blonde ale. And by the way, if you want to save Funky Buddha, the dishwashing soap, just have them pour you your beer in your hand.
More, please.
You guys are like Edward Scissorhands.
Come on, dirty cup.
You've got cups attached to your hands. You're Edward Cup hands.
So our hands are less advantageous than a 3-month dirty cup.
Yes, you should go to Funky Buddha tonight. Have them
ridiculous.
pour a little Pineapple Beach right into your hand. You say, "Hey, I've got a cup right here."
That's ridiculous.
Pineapple Beach. You can get it tonight. You can get it on draft in the tap room. You can get it in to go 6-packs, and you can get it at your favorite retailer statewide. All right, let's get headlines. Let's get back into sports because there is some action tonight. Let's get headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
The Marlins, they do play tonight. They'll play at 7. They're in Toronto. They'll face the Blue Jays. They've won 4 straight.
Yeah.
They kicked the Blue Jays' ass yesterday. And to Sandy night, try to make it 5 straight dubs.
All right.
Of course, you got Oklahoma City and the San Antonio Spurs tonight. Pivotal, Game 5 in OKC.
Do you know what the line is tonight? Have you looked?
Ooh. Okay, so you got to be favored, not by a lot. What, 3.5?
Solana?
OKC minus 6.5.
OKC minus 4.5. I like San Antonio.
To win it all?
Yes.
Because they win the
I
night.
told you that
No
before
way.
the series. I said I like San Antonio.
Yeah.
I have not wavered on that. And OKC, I mean, the Spurs handled them last game.
They did.
Handled them.
They need to beat up. But they did beat up Wemby, and they still couldn't win.
They got under his skin game 1,
Yeah.
and that was it. He corrected it. It ain't working again.
I'm still gonna ride with OKC winning, but I'm not as confident as I was before game 1.
Wembanyama over under tonight. You want to guess?
Ooh, 25.5.
27.5.
26.5. SGA?
They were choking out SGA last game. Ooh, sound round 29.5.
I was going to say 30.5.
30.5.
Yeah.
How about my guy Alex Caruso?
Over.
What did he do? What did he do last game?
Like 15.
I mean, they only scored 22 points as a team, so he couldn't have had that many points.
He
tell you right
14 and a half.
Now, Caruso's 8.5.
Caruso's 8.5 is over under. He has to have gone over every game in the series.
0
Yeah.
points.
Oh, he didn't score at all?
0 of 1.
How many minutes did he have?
14 minutes.
What happened there?
Well, after a couple games, you start to make adjustments.
But 3 games. Like, I mean, he was literally keeping them in games.
Law of averages, right? Like, he averages whatever he averages, 10 points a
I'm
game.
guessing 9.5, somewhere around there for.
The reality is, like, he's a gamer. You want him on your squad, but role players aren't going to score 17 points every single game unless your name is Caleb Martin and you're playing against the Boston Celtics in 2023. Like, that's it. Right, Crowder?
Who is Caleb Martin?
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Stein.
Over under.
Points? 4.5?
No. 11.5.
7.5.
Yeah. His job is to punch Wemby in the kidney.
He does a decent job. I mean, he's
That's all
he's
he's
a
on the
monster of a man.
Yeah.
I believe my grandmother used to play canasta with the Hartensteins.
That's a fun game that I'd be willing to play. Instead of guess their over-unders, which player plays Mahjong?
Which plays canasta and Mahjong?
Hartenstein.
Hartenstein, every time.
Yeah, I got OKC tonight, fellas.
Really?
Covering.
Oh. But the young guards, though, Castle and Vassell, I love them.
I love San Antonio. Remember, I told you guys in like February, take a flyer on the Spurs to win the finals. It was at plus 1,600 at that point. Like, I like the Spurs. I think they could win this series. I know they'll beat the Knicks, but I still think OKC, game 5 at home. Like, don't the Spurs have to go through some sort of turmoil? Like, they're just going to show up this year and win it all? That's going to happen?
They went through turmoil last year, no?
Wemby didn't play last
But
year.
as I'm saying, that was the turmoil, was that he had the blood clots last year, right?
Yeah, but you have to, at some point, as a young player, get your ass beat in the playoffs. Think of every single great player at some point, other than Magic Johnson, got their ass beat a couple times in the playoffs before they overcame and won a title. And I'm not saying Wemby has to lose for 5 straight years, but year 1, he's going to go and win an NBA title.
That's how good he is.
Yeah. And that's the question. That's what I was watching ESPN this morning. That's the question. Like, these young, they don't have any proven success yet. With Vassell, Castle, De'Aaron Fox has never won one, and he's 114 years old. That's their whole question with the Spurs, is that can they do it at this level? And that's what they want to do. And, you know, I don't know their PERs and their efficiency ratings, but
well, get back to us when you do, because you're coming from an uninformed status.
What's funny is he says De'Aaron Fox is a million years old, and you're not wrong in saying that because
well, he is wrong.
Well, he's very wrong.
He's not a million. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's technically like the veteran who's in the starting 5, even though Harrison Barnes is really the veteran. De'Aaron Fox is 28 years old.
That's crazy.
That's the oldest player in their rotation. Him and Harrison Barnes.
Lee Sterling just texted me. He's on San Antonio tonight, plus 4.5. I like it. They have played them tough every game.
In OKC, you think they're going to lose going back?
Yes.
SGA over 20 free throw attempts tonight.
Well, that's probably not a bad bet. He just falls down and he gets the calls. Did you see that 3 he fell down on where he didn't get touched?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to slide around on the ground. He does.
I was reading SGA fell down. Tom Haberstroh had this. Feel free to close your ears, Tom Dummerstroh. SGA fell on shot attempts more than Brunson, Harden, Donovan Mitchell, and Victor Wembanyama combined over the weekend.
What do we do with this James Harden, by the way?
Don't let him touch the basketball because he's going to give it back to the other team.
I mean, but this is one of the best basketball players that we've seen
Of this era.
of this era.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
But what do we do with him and his postseason?
He's Phillip Rivers. Right? Year after year, great. Probably had a couple MVP
And
seasons
just could
in there.
never do it in the postseason.
Was never going to do it in the postseason.
That's a hell of a comparison.
Does it affect the way that we look at him and his legacy?
For sure. It has to. Because he's in that category of Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Like, he's placed in that category, won an MVP. So it's not me saying it. Like, he won an MVP. Think back 8 years ago. James Harden was talked about on that caliber of player.
Correct.
Well, if you're on that caliber and you won an MVP, you've got to win rings. Russell Westbrook's in that category. Won an MVP, was talked about as one of the top 5 players in the league for a couple seasons, but could never lead a team to go win a championship. James Harden went 5 of 28 from 3 in this series. He had 12 assists total to 17 turnovers. Those are abysmal numbers. Abysmal. For a guy who's known for shooting threes.
What's he making, by the way? Gotta be making 50, $60 million. I just wonder what we do with him. Like, is he toast?
He's one of the most talented offensive players I've watched touch a basketball.
Yes. He's also one of the most frustrating players you've ever watched touch a basketball.
This series, he just gives the ball to the other team like it's his lunch. Like, okay, you got it. Don't worry about it.
How old is he?
34?
So he's done.
36. What do you think James Harden's career earnings are?
Oh, $500 million.
Have to be, yeah, I would say between 5 and 600. No, it can't be that much. Between 4 and 500 million.
$453 million.
Crazy.
Mm.
And he's deserved it, by the way.
Yeah.
Except it's never amounted to what the team needs for the amount that they've given him. You know what I mean?
Do we do it? Will we look at him differently? Like we look at Charles Barkley differently? Because Charles doesn't have a championship, but we know Charles could play basketball.
But Charles didn't stink in the postseason. He kept going up against Michael Jordan. James Harden stinks in the postseason. Like, there's a difference there. It's not like James Harden is holding up his end of the bargain when it comes to these games, and he's just ending up getting outplayed by, Jalen Brunson or whatever. He's hurting his team. Remember the argument? I mean, you made it after game 1. You have to take him out.
Yeah.
No one ever said about Charles Barkley, you have to take him out of the game. Your argument after game 1 of that series, Crowder, was Kenny Atkinson needs to know when to take him out of the game.
I think in retrospect, do you look at him differently in 5 years, 10 years? I think we will, because James Harden, the beard, the marketing, all that stuff. But we know as we sit here today that he's terrible on defense and he's never going to perform in the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, he's an elite scorer.
There we go.
In his prime, he was one of the greatest scorers in NBA history.
But that's not what we used to say. We used to say he's one of the greatest basketball players we've ever, while acknowledging he had defensive lapses and whatever. Yeah. We would watch him and go, oh my God, top 3 player in the league. And now we're kind of narrowing it, real narrow casting to all-time great scorer.
But if I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? I'm a James Harden fan. I'm a Rockets fan. I say, hey, in his prime years, probably I don't have it in front of me, but my guess is like the 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20 season. Those years when he was in Houston, they were going to the Western Conference Finals. He's going up against Steph Curry,
Right,
and
fair.
arguably the best teams of the 21st century.
But doesn't he have a knock that he would shrink in the postseason even back then?
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
That's all I'm saying.
And then he leaves Houston, forces his way out of there after not being able to win. After, by the way, they got Chris Paul for him. They got Russell Westbrook for him. Houston made the trades to improve the
He's
teams.
called his own shots for years.
Went to Brooklyn, it didn't work. Forced his way to Philadelphia, didn't work. Forced his way to LA, the Clippers, didn't work. Now he's in Cleveland, gets swept.
But that narrative of jumping around like the KD narrative where he had to go to Golden State to get a championship, are we ever going to change our thoughts on that? Where now everybody just jumps team to team to team to team.
But had Kevin Durant stayed on the Golden State Warriors, Gelb and I talked about this yesterday. Had KD just stayed on the Warriors, hey, I left, I'm going to Golden State, I'm staying.
This is my new team.
They had just kept winning, or maybe they won one more, and KD was there. 10, 15 years from now, nobody's going back and saying, oh, well, Kevin Durant's rings don't matter.
I'll tell you why I think he fed the fire on that was I think him leaving Golden State was him saying, I now need to win a ring on my own.
Yep.
He fed that fire. Had he stayed at Golden State, like you just said, no one would have brought that up because that just would have been his second team. It's where he ended up, and he probably would have won more rings.
Yep. But yeah, now the discussion around Kevin Durant, by his own doing, by the way, he went to Brooklyn. It was a dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire.
He created that entire environment. He wanted to play with Kyrie Irving. It was a dumpster fire. They wanted James Harden. Dumpster fire. He leaves. He goes to Phoenix. He hand selects that team. And it was a disaster.
Yep.
They didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
And then now he goes to Houston. And, I mean, the reality is he's 37, 38 years old. Like, we shouldn't really consider him prime Kevin Durant anymore.
Right. No, it can't be.
But he was second team All-NBA.
Yeah.
Like, he's still playing at that level.
But as we look back at KD, when little Solana, you're about to get married, when little Solana comes in this world and he's 10, in 10 years from now, you're going to talk about Kevin Durant as one of the best basketball players to ever touch the court.
Number 2.
Yep.
That I watched, number 2 basketball player for right now. Wemby's probably going to be on that level.
I just don't think we're going to talk about Harden that way.
No.
And I think at one point we were.
Solana, you're talking, I mean, Hawk, like Jordan, Kobe,
At
Bron.
one point, we were talking about Harden, and he was, by the way. I mean, we were talking about Westbrook that way as well. I don't think we're going to talk about him that way anymore. Like, it changes. I'm just saying, like, I think James Harden has written his legacy over the last few seasons.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant still, he's got the rings, whether you want to argue them or not. But he was more talented or is more talented on a basketball court and still is than James Harden ever was.
KD, personally, I would speak for anybody else. Personally, KD is a extremely better player than James Harden ever can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking not accolades. I'm talking just
watching a guy play
roll
basketball.
the ball out. Yeah, roll the ball out. Let's see what happens.
Kevin Durant, it's for me that I watched. I watched Jordan. That I watched. LeBron James 1, Kevin Durant 2. Easy.
Yeah.
You saw Kobe or you didn't?
I did. I watched Kobe. And I still
you think
and
LeBron and Kevin is better than Kobe?
I do. Just
Kobe was
pure basketball player.
Well, Kobe was a winner.
Kobe was a winner.
I can't look past that to KD.
Yeah, I put Kevin Durant as Kobe as the better resume. And if we're doing a list of the best players of all time and we're including accolades and titles, you have to put Kobe above Kevin Durant. But we're just talking pure talent in terms of on a basketball floor.
But I think you'll say Wemby over all of them. Well, not over LeBron.
Maybe.
Yeah, the Wemby thing is it because we haven't seen him. You talking about accolades? We haven't seen Wemby really do anything. Yeah, to your point about KD, postseason, like Wemby's played well, but Wemby has no accolades.
James Harden averaged 36 points in 2018-19 and then 34 points in 2019-2020. That is insane.
It's crazy. Those are crazy numbers.
Y'all remember Fear the Beard?
Yeah.
That was real.
Dwayne Wade clears him, though. Easy.
Well, career-wise, he does. That's not even up for debate.
Oh, I take Wade over James Harden, 36, whatever. Well, we have to look at the PER and efficiency ratings and all that stuff.
I guarantee you Wade was more efficient.
It's not even a question.
Okay, well, I'll look into it.
Oh, perfect. Let us know.
Pull out the stats and have a cup of wine out of your hand tonight and sit down.
It's fine. I'll get my calculator and figure out, plus minus.
Take some time in your sitting chair, have a handful of wine, and
you just described LeBron and Steve Nash's podcast.
I'll look into this.
You guys enter
Do you
down.
keep the popsicle on the stick, or you just? All right. Anything else in the headlines? Because we got to take a break.
Eat the popsicle out in my hand. Puddle of sugar water.
Any of you following this conspiracy theory that Guy Fieri never actually ate the food on diners, drive-ins, and dives?
I think it was just that one video clip that he never ate the food, because there's other clips of him eating food. It's obvious. He does the big hunch and he bites.
Hawk, I am deep into this wormhole. What if the mayor of Flavortown never actually went to Flavortown?
But he did. But there are some clips of him pretending to eat food on that show.
I think every clip is him pretending to eat, and he never actually swallowed any of the food he put in his mouth.
AI, do you think? Like, does he not even exist?
Has anybody actually seen Guy Fieri in person?
Everyone has seen Guy Fieri.
I've actually shook his hand.
Yeah, everyone's seen him. Everyone's had a run-in with him and Dennis Rodman.
All right, that's about all I got for headlines.
All right.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 86 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the upper 70s. That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. I forgot. We don't have to do this now. I know we're up against it.
We can do it in the next segment.
Okay, yeah, I've got surprises for all three of you.
Well, not surprises. We know what it is. You've been telling us for 2 weeks that you ordered them.
Okay, yeah, I got your tour jerseys.
I'm not certain you know.
With a little bag.
I'm not certain you know what a surprise is. We know you don't know what a cup is. On Hard Rock Bet, everyone is invited to this party. It doesn't matter who you are. Your name is on the list. Sign up with Hard Rock Bet today and bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. A winning bet plus an extra $150 to bet with. Now that's how you get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. This welcome offer is just the tip-off. Hard Rock Bet gives you new promos daily. So if you already have the Hard Rock Bet app, open it up right now. See what's waiting for you today. The conference finals are ongoing. I mean, barely. The pressure's higher. The stars shine brighter. You want to get in on the action tonight? Maybe a points over, a rebound over, a double-double, however you draw it up. Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your NBA playoff picks into an epic same-game parlay. And then the NHL conference finals, a Florida team will not be skating for the cup this year, but that doesn't mean you have to sit on the bench for the rest of the playoffs. The intensity is higher. The crowds are louder. Every goal feels like it could change the series. Maybe like a first-line center to score a goal or a defenseman to record a couple assists, the goalie to stand on his head with 30 saves, Jimmy. However you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your playoff hockey picks into an epic same-game parlay. And clay courts, croissants, and cash outs. Tennis's biggest clay court tournament is here. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's way to serve winners all tournament long. Whether you're backing the world's top players or live betting every break point and tiebreaker, there are so many ways to get in on the action on Hard Rock Bet. It all starts with you downloading the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hey, Claude, let's jump Hawk.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, and it's brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where you can stop by tonight, watch a little basketball, and enjoy yourself a Pineapple Beach. And next Tuesday night, you can go there, play a little mahjong. Listen to the show for details. It's kind of exciting. Maybe Isaiah Hartenstein will be there. What a weird show we have put together today. Dan Day is coming on after us at 6 o'clock, and then you will get Marlins baseball. Also, we mentioned this in the 2 o'clock hour. It would be remiss if we didn't. Manny Fernandez, Miami Dolphins legend, he passed away at the age of 79. And if you are unaware, he once had 17 tackles in a Super Bowl, which is kind of hard to do.
Bro, he was a great dude, and that man could play football.
17 tackles in one Super Bowl. That is a crazy stat.
With all the Dolphin stuff, I heard y'all talking about earlier when I was getting home. Man, I'm telling you, he was a good person. We talked a number of times. When I saw that this morning, it broke my heart, but he was a ball player. So
was he a nut job? Because the picture, like I'm too young to have seen Manny Fernandez because I wasn't down here till 87. But the pictures you see of him are always with that giant mustache and whatever. Like he looks like he would be like a man's man nut job, but I don't know anything about it.
Cigar smoking, dipping. I sat and drank probably 40 bourbons with him one night. I couldn't stand up. He just walked off like nothing was wrong. Man's man, you see it in his face. But also going back and watching him after you meet somebody, you watch him, a banger. Would tear your head off if you came across that middle.
Yeah, he has passed away at the age of 79. Do you have time to give us our surprises, or do you want to save that for another time?
No, really quickly, just because I want you to take it home today.
Quickly, then.
Okay. We're unboxing.
Unboxing. We've got an unboxing.
Your Tua Tagovailoa jersey.
I have been waiting for this. What year was he drafted?
2020.
I have been waiting for this for 6 years. You got these on the Dolphins website, right?
The NFL.com website.
How much was it?
3 jerseys. I have one for you, one for Crowder, one for Jimmy. 3 jerseys plus shipping, $24.99.
Crazy. That is crazy. I will wear that proudly, though. I was a huge fan of the Tua era in Miami, unabashedly, and I'm excited to finally have a Tua jersey.
That's for you, Hawk.
Thank you, Solana.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but thank you.
Jimmy, I've got you over here. I got you a large as well. You know, I think you're an extra large. And
it's got a little extra room in the bickle.
Yeah, I got
You got a little extra room in the bickle there.
Jimmy needs a little more bickle.
Crowder, I got you a double X, the Tua Tagovailoa Army. You guys, till the very end.
You didn't get one for yourself, huh?
I did not, but
you stayed true to your.
But if you remember, the only Dolphins jerseys I own 2 Dolphins jerseys. The only 2 I own: a number 7 Chad Henne jersey and a number 1 Tua Tagovailoa jersey, which I bought after he beat the Baltimore Ravens in that comeback because I was sure after seeing that he would lead us to a Super Bowl. I was wrong.
Can I get a nameplate for somebody else?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, I'm
We're
sorry.
part of the Tua Army. This is all about Tua and our love for Tua.
Oh, okay.
He delivered us an almost MVP season. What?
I delivered you an almost MVP season. Y'all don't have a 52.
You absolutely did not. Thank you, Solana.
No
Appreciate you, Solana.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. That's going to do it for us. I'm going to go home. I'm going to have a handful of beer. Do not listen to the 3 o'clock hour if you listen to the podcast. Do not listen. Do not time shift and go back to the 3 o'clock. It's terrible. All right. Everybody, have a great and safe Tuesday night. Go Marlins. We will speak with you mañana.
Oh, what Hawk? What's your PER?
Traffic on WQAM is sponsored by Lexus of Kendall and Lexus of West Kendall. Your home for the best price on.
Multi-vehicle crash and date on the southbound Shule past the exit for Bird Road. And slowing down on the eastbound Palmetto right by Ludlam Road. That's going to go back to 47,000.